There we go. We live on YouTube as well, baby. Okay, y'all ready?
Yes, sir. Let's get
Let me
rolling.
get that red cup out the way. They might think we doing something. I got the red cup all right next to Dior.
In the studio.
That ain't even his cup.
Okay.
That's my cup. So you know that's mine. All right,
Let's get the music.
yeah. All right, we're about to go live.
All right. Okay. So we're about to go live.
I'm gonna cut the music right now. Bam.
All right. Let's get ready to go to California Urban Podcast. We're here on Facebook. If you're on my Facebook, this is how you'll see it. If you want to go to California Urban Podcast, you'll see it on this version and stuff like that, and we'll be ready to roll. We're here with Dior Lowhorn. We're here with Marcus LeVar, businessman, realtor, and we're here with Arthur Rory M. Smith of the superhero Kingslation, baby. Getting ready to roll and stuff. So.
All right, I'm about to roll the intro. And we are rolling. Yeah, we can talk. I mean, because that has a soundtrack too.
Yeah. Yeah. So we rolling home, man. Yes, sir.
Are you ready for that?
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, and I'll let you know. 3, and you are on.
I am your host, Arthur Rory M. Smith at California Urban Podcast. I'm here with my co-host, Marcus LeVar.
Yes, sir.
Businessman Realty. Please, if you need a home, call Marcus LeVar. We're here today to help you buy a home at any time in this Bay Area. You definitely want to call Marcus LeVar.
Please do.
He's one of the best realtors around. He's honest. He will tell you the truth about how you can qualify. Even if you think you're not qualified, you may be qualified.
Nice.
You can call at 510-922-1253. And you can definitely call him and get ready for a home. We also have a saying today about we lost one of our homes.
Yeah. Can I just say something? You know, we as everyone know, we lost a very special person in our community by the name of Nip Hustle, man. Nip the Great. We just want to send our condolences and shoot some prayers out to the family. We just hate when things like this occur in the hood because this especially was a very, very good brother. I don't know this guy personally, like a lot of us don't know him personally, but I really felt his spirit through his music. And not only my generation, but the older generation and even the younger generation really felt this guy's spirit through the music. And he really had a positive message, and he was sharing information that the typical person, especially entertainer, doesn't share with our group that come out of the hood that needs to know about ownership, about real estate, about health, about entrepreneurship. He was all about that, and I'm devastated to hear that news.
Yes, sir.
But you know, I would say this: let's not only mourn over him. Let's continue what he was preaching.
Yeah.
Let's continue to educate each other, continue to share with each other, and continue to support our brothers and sisters. So, R.I.P. Nip. It's really hard for all of us. You know, it's like we lost Pac again.
Yeah, man.
You know,
but
yeah, R.I.P. Nip. And yeah, that's really all I got to say.
Okay, and I also want to let you guys know he also hired African American kids. He also gave urban kids a chance to work in some of his businesses and stuff. But I also want to have something else to say too.
Yeah.
My condolences to Ray Kelly. He lost his mom, and I want to let you know, brother, our prayers is with you at California Urban. My prayers is with you individually. You had a great mother. She gave back to the community. She did wonderful things in every different way. She touched a lot of our hearts. She loved God more than anything, and I want to take this time to let your father know that we with you, man. And you had a great wife for many years, and you still do. Yeah. And you got a great son that we're gonna make sure that we keep her legacy going. and stuff like that. But we want to reach out and say our prayers to you and stuff, and that's the main thing. And for coming here and interviewing with us and giving us that touch about your mom, and we still got you, brother.
Yeah.
All right, now this brother got on the planes and flew some hours to come see us. It's amazing that I got him in studio. He's still playing pro ball and won him a few championships.
What?
Yes, this man done played all over, man. He's been one of our pioneers. He's been one of our great high school players in the Bay Area.
Okay.
He's also serviced us with college. He's also played for one of the toughest coaches to ever walk the earth, Bobby Knight, to even deal with that man.
Wow.
So,
And you still here?
yeah, he's
Okay.
still alive.
Still
But
standing,
he's a great father. He's a husband. It's a blessing to see he grew up with my son, and they played on this team called Blast, and it was sponsored by Mitch Berman, and one of the first guys that really went out for urban kids and was able to take us all over the country and help many of our kids. And then he worked with Ray Kelly. This is one of Ray Kelly's proteges right here. You know, so it's a beautiful thing to have him in our office, but now it's for him to introduce himself and share a little bit about himself, Mr. Dior Lowhorn.
Mr. Dior Lowhorn. Okay, Lowhorn.
Lowhorn,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Don't add the hand.
No, it ain't.
That might be watching. Might got an account of it.
Right.
You know?
Yes, sir.
How you
Yes,
doing,
sir.
brother?
Good, man.
Yeah.
Good to be here, man.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for having me, man. I watch y'all show when I'm overseas.
Okay.
Man, y'all my overseas entertainment, man.
Yeah.
I'm tuning in. I'm like, when the Roy show coming on again, man? You know, I love the guests, man. And then, like I said, man, I made it part of my routine to watch y'all show when I was overseas. So,
Wow.
so to be here, it's an honor. I got to follow up
Okay.
my boy Ray Kelly and Jesse Bird's interview, though. Man, that's some big shoes I got to fill, man. Ray Bird was super intellectual.
dope,
with it.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, man.
Man, I'm sitting back. I'm like, you really are a storyteller.
Yeah,
Boy, we
man.
sharp.
Yeah, Jay Bird. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, it feels good to be here, and I'm sorry if I'm a little rough.
No, that's
You
good.
know,
That's
perfect.
good.
You know,
Yeah,
overseas, my overseas hoopers know about the scruff on the face. You
Yeah.
know, no cut for a couple months, man. So I
Wow.
couldn't get a cut before I got here. So,
Yeah.
but you know, I'm real in the flesh. So thanks for
Yeah.
having me, y'all.
Hey, we happy to have you, brother.
Man, we appreciate it, man.
Yep.
We appreciate it. So we're gonna jump into something real quick, and I want to say I watched you from a kid, from a 10-year-old kid, even maybe 9. Y'all start playing in this high level basketball, and y'all start playing more games than playing as many as the pros played. How many games you guys and how many teams you guys was on? It's amazing. From Catholic League, from PAL, from the hood, from whatever team. You guys, I watched you guys grow, and it's just amazing how much basketball and how much gas the fathers and how much hotels and all this stuff. People don't realize you had, even if you didn't have a second income as a family, you lost. It's like you did.
Yeah.
And because of you guys travel and what y'all didn't realize how much the parents was putting in. Y'all just was playing.
Yeah.
And we were blessed to have the Ray Kellys helping out.
Oh, yeah.
We were blessed to have the Mitch Bermans
Oh, yeah.
and people like that giving these kids a chance, and some of the soldiers like Carl Foster. We were blessed to have these guys speaking to you guys about education and stand, because Carl was basically about education.
Oh yeah.
You know, so we're definitely looking forward. So, but my first question was, when you first got into sports, how old were you?
So I got into, first, let's back up. So first I started playing sports when I was about in 4th or 5th grade, but it wasn't basketball. I was a baseball player.
Okay.
And I remember it vividly. My dad, one summer we was in San Francisco, and he was like, man, y'all got to get out the house. Y'all got to do something. Like this summer, y'all got to do something. So me and my brother, Paris, he's 2 years older than me. I think I was in
Hell of a
5th
baseball
grade and he was in 7th, yeah. And my dad, he took us, I don't know, he took us over to Hamilton, Rec.
To Ham.
To Ham.
Yeah.
And he dropped us off and he was like, first he dropped us off and we was like, what the hell are we supposed to be doing? But then he basically talked to one of the directors there.
Okay.
And he said, what's sport going on right now? My kids need to get into something, sport or something. And he said, right now we in baseball season. So basically what happened was we tried out for the Junior Giants at the time. And our coach, who was our coach for a couple years, Thatcher Baker. I don't know if y'all know Thatch.
I know that.
Old school
man.
Thatch.
Who don't know that?
Yeah, I thought
Meanest coach in the
I
world.
thought it was Black Howie. That's who I thought it was.
so
That's how he worked it
Yeah,
in.
the meanest coach in the world.
Man, Thatcher Baker. So we had Thatch. And so we started with Junior Giants, me and my brother, and then that's kind of how we got into sports. My dad dropped us off at Hamilton, and our first kind of coach was baseball, for me at least, and my brother, and it was 4th and 6th grade.
Your brother Paris, I first saw him play baseball in the Negro League, and I didn't realize what a great base.
Yeah.
Them scouts was like, who is he?
Yeah.
And nobody never took it that.
I know.
I saw him run a 400-foot shot.
Yeah.
He chased it down and caught it, like caught it over the fence.
Yeah.
Wow.
Left.
His brother was a unique energy. Like
Yeah.
a Dennis Rodman
Yeah.
couldn't stop running.
Yeah.
And he had all that energy, man.
That's
It was
right.
amazing, man. And he feared nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how it started with sports. It started with baseball, man. Just one summer.
Man, so when did it go to hoop? When did it happen for you?
So it happened actually later that year. So basically, it was winter that we were playing. No, I take that back. It was spring. No, it was summer when we were playing the Junior Giants. And then what happened is Thatch started coaching the basketball team.
Okay.
First it was Creech. Creech had a team, or Creech, right?
Yeah, Big Creech.
Yeah, I was going to say it had to be Howie or Creech up
Big
there.
Creech had a team, but then Thatch had a team too.
Okay.
So basically I went from playing baseball with Thatch to all of a sudden I was playing basketball. Thatch had a team. See, they had 2 teams at Hamilton.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was playing with Thatch's team, and then I started growing. That summer I had a growth spurt.
Right.
Like I went from, I don't know, I think when I was 11 or 10 or 11, I went from like 5'9" to 6 feet, 6'1", boom, to like in 6th grade.
At 11?
At 11,
At 11.
6'1".
Yeah.
So Thatch was like, man, I'm coaching a basketball team in the winter. You might as well just go from my baseball team to my basketball team. And that was kind of how it got started around 5th grade after that baseball season. So that's when I started hoop with Thatch.
Did you fall in love with it more than baseball?
Man, right away, because baseball was boring to me, man.
Yeah,
I was bored. I was standing out there and waiting for a ball.
Nobody
to come
can
to
hit.
me.
Yeah.
They don't want to get hit with the ball. When you batting, I'm like, I don't want to get hit with the ball.
And they pitching to you, it's like,
Ain't no T-ball no more. You hit it off the tee.
Your coach not pitching to you, right?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, they got kids pitching. So, so right away when I picked up basketball with Thatch later that year, it just gravitated to me, man, because of my height and just because the energy, fast pace, and man.
So did you start developing? How did your development come? How was it?
It was awkward at first because I grew into my frame and I was lanky at the time. I was super lanky, uncoordinated.
Yeah.
And
a big kid.
Yeah, just a big kid, man. I was back then I was really nice on the court. So if I knocked a little kid down or something, I would pick him up. And I was super, like that.
Yeah.
So at first it was man, it took a lot of work because I was just growing into my body and I was lanky, no weight. So yeah.
Wow. You want to speak to a few guests?
Oh man, everybody, you another one of them guests, man. Everybody's talking to you.
Can we read a couple of them?
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's see here. We have Ray Kelly. He said all the hard work you put in, it definitely has paid off.
Sir.
Let's see. We have Justin J. Smith. Jay. He said Sunset Park with Big Bill was off the hook. So Sunset.
Oh man.
You know, I'm one of the Sunset legends. But we'll speak on that later. Jay said you also got them milds and yak in that solo red. Oh, this was. Come on, Jay.
Jay called.
Jay is funny. But Alex Allman, he said team hooping for Christ, listening in for Dior.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So
Alex,
we got Shantae Price, Nate Ford, Joy.
Oh,
you got the legendary Nate Ford.
Hey, Nate.
Ernest Eagle.
Hey,
What's going
Nate,
on?
that's an interview I love to see.
Oh,
Nate.
Nate.
Don't.
Nate and JT with the curl.
Yeah.
JT with the curl.
Who we got over here?
Oh man, we got a bunch of people over here. We got Luba Smith, we got Bobby Frazier, Cordell Bradley, Charles Hatch, Ricky Bussey.
Charlie Hatch, I've been looking for you for a long time, brother.
Yeah, you got some dudes on you, man.
Charlie Hatch is probably the greatest athlete we ever had in the Northern Bay. That guy was one of the best, man. He put 6 touchdowns on us. So
Yeah.
That's Charlie Hatch, man.
So how you got all these people tuning in for you, man? Even Nate Ford.
Yeah, but
City life, man.
yeah, city life.
Overseas.
So what elementary you went to? Where did you go to school first?
Okay, so I got some notes. Y'all gotta bear with me. I
Hey,
don't want to leave nothing out.
Don't leave nothing
I
out.
don't want to act like I'm reading from a teleprompter. So I grew up in San Francisco, born and raised.
Yeah.
Okay.
Born at General Hospital.
Yeah.
And then I grew up. I was born in Bernal Heights, but then when I was 3, my dad told me we moved to Third and Ennis.
Yeah.
So we were right down the street from the KFC, Chinese spot.
Yeah.
We were right down the street.
Yeah.
So Third and Ennis is where I grew up. I went to Montessori school off of Bayshore Street, near the Jack in the Box is still there.
Yeah.
So I went to Montessori school right
So
there.
that helped you focus.
Yeah, my mom had me in Montessori school,
Yeah.
preschool. And then I did some stuff at the YMCA in the summers over by
On Gary?
over by Stonestown. At the
Okay, yeah,
out
that
there.
one. Yep.
So that's kind of what I did in my preschool. And then for elementary school, I went to Clarendon in Twin Peaks. Clarendon Elementary School.
Okay.
Right near Laguna Honda Hospital, right over there.
Yeah.
So I was in Twin Peaks at Clarendon for K through 5th.
Okay.
So-
Okay. You remember any of your friends and teachers?
Again, I got a list, man. I remember them all, dude. And dude, because I had so much, man. I remember like it was yesterday. I remember all my teachers, man.
Wow. You're one of the few first ones.
Well, see, I went back 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I went back to all my schools in San Francisco. I visited.
Wow.
So, and some of the same people was there.
Wow.
So I reconnected with a lot of people again, and
So you
it felt
want to
like
name
it
some
was
of them?
yesterday. Yeah, I got the list, baby.
Bust it
Man,
down.
so when I was so my PE teacher, a brother, Leon Etchels, he was my PE teacher at Clarendon,
Wow.
and that was my first African American teacher, I believe.
Wow.
He was a PE teacher, and then we had another African American lady that worked there, and she was the para-professional there,
Okay.
and that was Barbara,
Okay.
old school lady from the South.
Ooh.
And
So she was serious about
she was serious,
about
man.
y'all.
She
Yeah.
was serious. And then the librarian, I remember her, man. I used to always go to the library. So Diane, the librarian, and she was a huge influence when I was there because I was always doing my homework in the library there, and she would always help me. And I remember all my teachers like it was yesterday. Miss Cullen, Rusty. I'm probably forgetting at least 1 or 2, but from elementary school, all 5 or 6 of those influenced me, man.
Oh, man.
All of them.
Oh, man.
Because Clarendon is like one of the best elementary schools in the city.
Yes.
My mom, she made sure to send me,
Yeah, where you're gonna get a nice education.
Yeah.
even if it meant fudging the addresses where we live in out of
Gotta do what
district.
you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do.
We go to jail for that.
Back in the day, my mom.
We all had to do that.
We had to do that, man. We had to fudge the addresses. So,
to get that education, man.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I went to Clarendon, man, and I had a great experience, and man, really nice elementary school, you know, and it was good to just, like you said, catch the bus from Bayview all the way to Twin Peaks and just open up your horizon, man.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Wow. So everybody, if you got anything you want to ask Dior some questions, you can call 510-922-1253. You can talk with them live and ask them any questions. If anybody want to call in, just call in and we'll answer it here. You can don't ask too many of them, but ask them. You might not answer. So, but anyway, so after middle school, what did you go to middle school? I'm sorry, I said elementary. When did you go to middle school?
So middle school. So I went to an all-Chinese middle school in San Francisco in the Sunset District called Alice Fong U.
That's right.
On 12th and Lawton.
That's right.
Wow.
In the inner Richmond.
It was
12th
two
and
of them
Lawton.
out there. It was another school.
That was gonna happen, dude.
Hit me up.
Yeah, why they on you like this, bro?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Don't prank calls.
Yeah.
Can't go over here.
Hello, this is California Urban. You have any questions for Mr. Lowhorn?
Hey, Mr. Lowhorn, what's going on, man? It's Ray Kelly, man.
Hey, what's good, baby?
I just wanted to say, man, I'm so proud of you, man. You know, I remember you was that little Navy stringy kid, man. You put in the hard work, man. You got in the weight room, you stay in the gym. One thing I respect about you, when I coach you, we might have practice for 2 hours, and after the 2-hour practice was over, you know what you would say to me? You would be like, Coach, can we stay after practice and put some more work in?
That's right.
That's that Billy Twan in it.
That's right. That was at that gym, that small gym over there in the Bayview, man. I remember all that.
Man.
So, you know, for people out there that's watching, y'all trying to see, you got to put the extra work in. You know, it's a reason why you still playing ball today. It's a reason why you developed to this young man you are, man. I'm proud of you, you know, but you deserve it all, man, because you worked hard, and I'm proud of you, man.
I appreciate that, Ray. Hey, Ray, when I was talking about you in Indonesia, I had everybody saying, "Oh, Ray Kelly, you know Ray Kelly?" they still know you out there in Indonesia, man.
And I'll put my work in, too,
Yeah, man. They said Ray Kelly. Oh, Ray Kelly was killing out here in Garuda. You was on that team in Garuda, in Bandung, Garuda.
Yeah. That's my old spot, man.
Yeah.
Man.
I love it out there, Ray. I've been out there for 2 years, man. I love it.
I'm gonna have to next time you go back, I'm gonna come out here and visit you, man.
Yes, sir, baby. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I gotta get up with you while I'm out here. I'll be out here for about 8 more months, so I gotta get up with you, Ray.
Okay, most definitely. We'll get together, man. Go and enjoy yourself. I'm listening for the call in. You have a good time.
All right, Ray. Talk to you later, bro.
All right.
Okay.
Right on, Ray.
All right,
Thank
right
you.
on.
Yeah, Ray's a good dude, man. Love it, man. Love it,
Boy,
man.
Ray.
Yeah. Now that's the strange thing. He's over where Ray played, and Ray's still a legend.
Yeah.
So that should tell you something right there.
Yes, sir.
How the connection now, Dior is a legend. He's got his spirit over there.
Yeah.
And that's the same. That's Ray's spirit with him.
Yeah.
So when you give back like that, it goes
Keeps
wherever
going.
you go,
Yeah.
man.
Small.
So that's
It's a
how-
small circle. Too,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So when you was in middle school, when did you play for your middle school team, right?
Yeah, I played for my middle school team.
And so how was that experience? Because of the school, you was probably Shaq.
And LeBron and one.
What happened? What was that situation? Who was your coach? At
That was
time?
funny because so right around the time I went to middle school is when we started joining the Blast. So we were in the summer we would be with the
Okay.
Blast, but during the school year, I was with my middle school team, and they literally, actually the first year they didn't have a team because they didn't have basketball. It was a Chinese immersion school.
Okay.
So they didn't really, they focused with academics there.
That's
Yeah.
right. Because a lot of them go to Low.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Lincoln
Yeah.
and Lowell, but mostly Lowell. So I didn't really I didn't play basketball there until my 7th grade year. They built a brand new gym for us.
Wow.
And we
They gonna play some basketball now.
Oh man.
yeah, so we had a team, and actually another brother who was there, he was one of the counselors there. He ran the team. His name was Jay Taylor, another brother, and so that's kind of how I started playing there. You know, we was the first year to have a team when I was in 7th grade, and I don't remember too much about our season, but we wasn't too good. We wasn't too good our first 2 years.
Yeah.
Because it was new to our school, and
Yeah.
But basically, one of the counselors was the head coach. So,
But it was important though, because the education you was getting, not only the education, but you were giving them something.
yeah,
You gave them sports, which would made a different school. It made a better school for a lot of the kids. Were able to go out and play in the gym now, playing basketball. They see you coming through with that Blast jersey. They was like, because Blast was a team. I'm gonna let you talk about Blast.
yeah.
Let's before we move forward, let's talk about Blast.
Okay, man. So Blast. So the way that story went, how I'll back up a little bit, and how I got to Blast too.
Okay.
So Mitch, like Rory said, was trying to put this team together. You know, his son played, and he was trying to put a team together. And basically, he was reaching out to the urban communities for talent. You know, he was one of the few Caucasian people to do that, and probably I don't know who was doing that back in the day, but he was one of the few to reach out. And basically, what happened is this is gonna be funny, but I was at right when I left Thatch, like right in between Blast and when I was with Thatch, I went to 1 year with Nate and JT's team at Ernest Ingle Boys Club, and I did about a year with them before I joined Blast in around 7th grade, 7th grade, and Mitch was actually in the stands. So Mitch was, and they was wondering back in the, who is this dude? Who's this dude in the stand?
Everybody look at
it looked like this man trying to look out of place here. Who is this cat? You know what I mean? Yeah. So Mitch was in the stands. Mitch had his shades on. Mitch he was low key. So after the game, Mitch started talking to Big Walt. About some stuff, and we rapping back and forth, and he talking about, hey, I got this team, I'm on a forum called The Blast, we having tryouts at Woodside High School this weekend, can you make it? But while all the time he doing this, JT and Nate is right there.
Yeah.
And boy, Nate was like, man, you don't get out my gym, recruit my players. I was like, damn.
That almost happened to him with Jay too. But I'll let Jay tell that story.
So that was how the Blast started. And then what happened is my dad was like, who is this dude? This white guy, coming in, my dad was kind of skeptical at first, but we went to the tryout at Woodside, and then that's the rest of history, man, you know. And then I started with the Blast in 7th grade, did that for 2 years with them, and that was my first real experience with basketball. Like, I played with Thatch and I played middle school, but
this
my first, that was my first introduction to basketball 1-on-1.
Gotcha.
For sure.
Yeah. So what was the difference between the middle school, and then
man, everything. Bro. Athleticism, size, skill.
Dior told he was a giant all his life.
Until you're not a giant no more.
We go to some of the tournaments, and Dior doing this.
Yeah, 6, 7, 8 inches over me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And Jay looking like
because he's at 12, 13 years old.
Man. Yeah, Dior was 6'1" and Jay was 5'11".
Yeah.
Right? And they both in the 6th grade, right?
Yeah.
And they both dunking. Believe it or not, they both did dunks, right?
Yep.
So the thing is, they dominate, but we go out there, and what was coming in that gym, some of them tournaments, and the speed of the guards.
Oh man.
That's when Aaron.
Remember Cash Eggleston?
Oh man.
Remember Cash Eggleston?
Man. And some of the teams we would play in Oakland.
Yeah.
Like the ball, they had
remember the Bearcats.
The Bearcats.
House Fade, Devon Harden.
Oh, wow.
Trey Clark.
Jay just said Roy Hibbert, 6'9" in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta remember the dude from the Florida Gators, the 7'4". 7'4". We was like, where the birth certificate?
First of all, they go through the birth certificate problem.
Yeah.
When they went out there.
We was like, yo, we was called the
I remember when Jay thought he going in to do this layup and Roy Hilbert hand came out. The hand was like this. It was gone. The Dior looked at him like, he ain't coming in this key, man. Like that. I was like, man, that was just amazing talent. But you know what's strange when but they played, one summer, they played 54 games.
Yep.
54
That's
games.
that last video. Remember that video Mitch gave us?
Yeah.
Or showed our record?
Yeah.
That video he gave everybody?
They played 54.
I think we was 47-5 though.
Yeah.
We only lost 5 to 6 games.
Yeah, man, them boys was, and we played a tournament. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get back to you. We played a tournament in San Diego. No, Vegas. And we went to the.
It's still middle school.
They made us play 5 games, 6 games in one day.
Yep.
They couldn't even play the 6th game for the championship.
Yep. We played. And that was against Monte Ellis.
Yeah.
Monte Ellis team. Remember Monte Ellis, the Mississippi team?
Yeah.
That was against Monte Ellis.
And they had this cat that was supposed to look like he going to the NBA right off his team. He was about 6'6". But anyway, they had to play all these games. They was cramping, and they wouldn't let no other team play. They missed. Them boys kept rolling through.
Man.
But the last game
ran out of gas.
The
championship.
They couldn't even.
Yeah, ran out of gas in the championship.
That was like their 6th game.
Yeah.
Back to back to back. And they was cheating. I said, wait a minute, they only played 3 games.
Exactly.
Right. Why are they playing all these games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop us.
Wow.
You know, and they should have won everything. But that's
we was
the
pretty
way.
much one. We was flip flopping between 1 and 2 in NorCal and 2 and 3 in the 1 through 3 in the state of California.
Yeah.
The only team that was in Northern California that there was 2 teams. There was the Bearcats sometimes, and then there was the other team from Sacramento.
Yeah, they was.
Remember with the Jerry Curl, the shooter, the Folsom Slam. One of the team, Folsom Slam, or
Eugene used to play for that team. He was a year before.
Yeah,
Big Eugene.
Yeah, Big Eugene Crockett.
Big Eugene. 6'6", 300 pounds.
300 pounds.
There's no
A muscle.
There's no coming to
His
the
mom was cold too. Remember? Big Eugene.
We had some great times, but anyway,
hey, y'all.
when you were playing on that level and everything started folding in and you realized that you could play with some of the best in the country, how old were you? Was it middle school when you realized you could play with the best? Because a lot of guys in the NBA right now, you know, and you faced a lot of them on blast. Believe it or not, we faced a lot of them top players. How do you feel? Back then, did you realize you were on that level as the same?
Well, our team was really good, right? So that made our confidence grow, and then we played against, like you said, a lot of dudes that's in the NBA now, or they're, you know, or a couple guys that used to be in the NBA, and we would hold our own against some of them, believe it or not. So I think the blast opened me up for my exposure and just seeing stuff, and then I just seen the level around the country, and then that told me how much harder I had to work outside of the Bay Area or outside of California. Because in California, in the Bay Area, we was the ish.
Yeah.
Nobody can mess with us in California or the Bay Area. We was pretty much it. But once we went outside of California, we were still good, but there was at least, you know, there was still them big teams that, you know, that was some other stuff.
Yeah.
So that just showed me outside of California, outside the Bay Area, okay, we got more work to do.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Now, once you left Blast, y'all start jumping into the Soldiers, the Rebels.
Yeah.
So Jay went to the Soldiers, and that experience was something else. Some of the players he faced.
Yeah.
And you also was on that particular team.
Yeah.
And then you left and went to.
Dude, I was on like 20, 30 teams. Big Wall. I got them all here. Big Wall had me all over. Big Wall, SF Rebels, Frisco Finest, Soldiers, Belmont Shores, Next Level, Oakland Rebels.
Wow.
He had me on like 10 teams. Every tournament I was doing a different team.
It didn't matter because he was like one of the most premier players in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter.
So they had a spot for you.
Oh, and
every team.
No, remember big, what was the big dude? Mark McKelvey's team.
Yeah.
Big Mark McKelvey's team.
Well, they actually they can play anywhere, Jaden. That team, that last team,
Yeah.
them guys can play anywhere because,
Yeah.
especially Dior, him, Dominique Cruz, them
Yeah.
three right there.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter, man. They
Yeah.
can go anywhere and play because they was that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and people knew. And the thing about a lot of them, they actually played D.
Exactly.
But a lot of guys didn't play D.
Yeah.
You know, them guys would knock your shot to the
Yeah,
stand and pin you.
Yeah.
And they had epic battles. Him and Jay had an epic battle
Yeah.
at Pacific, man. They were blocking each other's shot.
Yeah.
Man. It was like
Yeah.
that, but they were partners, you
Yeah.
know, and they knew eventually they'd face each other in college. And,
Yeah.
and I think what it is, AAU was better back then to me with the LeBron James and the Leon Poes than compared to how wild it is today, because many of them guys back then kind of cared about the sport more so than just playing AAU. They really wanted to play the basketball.
Oh yeah.
You know, it wasn't just and you get out there, you got the parents diving over there, chasing referees to the car. Everybody was really into.
This is before social media.
Yeah, this way before
Yeah.
social media.
So you're not a superstar. You just you balling.
This was
Yeah.
the 5-10 years before that social.
I remember
media
when
came
they
out.
Billy called and said we going to see LeBron James and got Justin and us tickets. We went over there to the game and LeBron come walking in that cow playing with Leon and he playing with the Soldiers.
Yeah.
I didn't even trip on him. I tripped on Marquise Cayley
Dude.
and Leon Poe. Them two dudes.
Marquise.
LeBron was great, but with Marquise Cayley and Leon Poe
Yeah.
was a whole different kind of thing. I've never seen a high school player like Leon Poe. So I'm looking like, this is the NBA. you know, right?
Already?
Yeah.
You see Tofi, 6'9", 270
Samoan,
pounds.
strong.
Oh, man, he's still playing. I don't know if he's still playing pro
He's
ball.
retired this
Okay,
last
because he
year.
hurt his leg, right? He tore his
Yeah.
leg. And I'm looking at these dudes out here, and I'm seeing all these 7-footers all in the gym, and I'm like, my son playing in this. you know, he got to get here.
Yeah.
That's when I knew how much work y'all had to do.
Yeah. That's what I did.
And I realized the type of quality. Then I realized the team Justin played with Drew Schiller and them. That quality, Jesse Bird, Drew Schiller, Larry, Dior, Justin, Diamond, all of them on one team.
Yeah. Theo.
Yeah.
Man, Devontae Thomas, this
Yeah.
man pressing 400, 500 and playing basketball. You know, this seeing that power. And next thing you know, I said, Dior, where you going? Oh, I got another team to go play. He gone.
Yeah.
Did he? You think he coming out on this team? You going to see him? He coming out on this team.
Every week. Big Wall had me on a different team every other week. I'm like, man, I can't get no chemistry.
Yeah.
Every week, yo.
Hey,
You don't need chemistry. Then
Wall
just
had-
go
but
kill.
yeah,
know what?
Go kill, huh?
that experience that Walt
Wow.
gave you
Yeah.
allow you to understand what overseas is like. To go here, to go to different countries, to fit in.
Yeah.
Because every team you went to had different personalities that you had to deal with in coaching. And that's same with Jay. All these teams, we went from here to there. But what I will say, a lot of parents was really in there
Oh yeah.
back in the day.
They was in
it. We was down. We was in it.
That was our thing.
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
black, like that was the thing.
You riot, we riot.
Yeah.
you know, that's the way it was.
Yeah.
And today is a whole different era.
Oh, yeah.
Even in the pros, I watch the guys how it's a different kind of vibe to social media. Kids already thinking they're pros, and then in 7th grade, and I'm already headed to the NBA. Bro, you got 6. You don't know what's gonna happen because all of that is a total trip. Now you leave middle school, you go to ISA. Your first season at ISA.
Yeah.
You dominated that season. You dominated everything.
Yeah,
it wasn't even learning.
It was just dominating.
What was that like to be that dominant and not face a lot of competition that you needed to face?
So ISA, let's back up. So I like to back up all the San Francisco stuff I can. So after I left Alice Fong U, I went to ISA. We moved from the Bayview to San Bruno Street.
Okay.
I was on San Bruno Street, right across the street from the post office. And so when I was at ISA, my mom put me there. she thought it was going to be a great school, International Studies Academy. You know,
it sounds
you know,
good.
it sounds good, right? So, you know, initially I told you I was supposed to go to Reardon my freshman year, but my dad didn't think I had good enough grades, and he didn't know how he was going to pay for it and stuff. So I ended up at ISA, and coming from Alice Fontaine and Clarendon, ISA and Potrero Hill, I was just like, damn.
We're trying to get you at Woodside.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with a bunch of rambunctious kids up here. This ain't international study. This is Potrero Hill studies.
You learning some other game.
Welcome to the hood.
Yeah, you learned some other game. You needed that year though. Get you that other game real quick.
So you know, but you know, it was an experience, man, that I needed. Like you said, man, it just you know, my dad had us sheltered, even though we grew up in the Bayview and stuff. We wasn't allowed to really go outside, and my dad, you know, my dad grew up in the Fillmore, so he was running with the big dogs back in the day, so he knew how it was. So we really wasn't outside. So when I got to ISA, my eyes got opened up to, okay, this is what it's like in the real world in San Francisco. And then, but you know, basketball was always my outlet because, like I said, my dad didn't really let me and my brother do much growing up outside of school and basketball for me and baseball for him. So, so I get to ISA and I'm trying out, and immediately they see me. They're like, you playing varsity right away. Like, so I got, right away I was on varsity, and then back then the AAA was good though. Yeah. It was good, and right before I got there, it was really good. So when I was there, Lincoln I think they had Igor, they had the Smidley twins, DJ and Deshaun Smidley. Yeah. And then right before that, they had, actually that year they might have had Galloway and Benson, Jamel Benson. Yeah. They was loaded. Yeah. So Lincoln was super loaded in AAA, and then Thurgood was loaded. Yeah. Thurgood was super loaded. I forget they had two really good players. McAteer, Dante was gone, but they still had Corky, and they had Eldridge, Baby Jordan.
That's right. That's right.
They had Baby Jordan up there.
Okay.
So even though I was doing good as a freshman, there was some competition in AAA.
Okay.
There was some competition in the AAA.
Okay.
So, it was a really good experience because I got to play a lot as a freshman. And, like I said, that ISA experience was the first where I got opened up to, a lot of stuff that I needed to be exposed to because I was sheltered from my dad from. So it was good to go through that experience for 1 year. Yeah, I got up out of there.
You didn't do 4 like me.
You did
quick. One and done. So how tall were you, man, in the ninth?
Man, in the ninth I was about
6'2".
6'2". Yep, about 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, you going to varsity.
So I was going up an inch. I grew about an inch every year till about 18. I'm about 6'7", 6'6" now, so I grew an inch every year.
You're over 6'6".
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, 6'8".
Yeah, probably 6'8".
Yeah. So when you knew you was leaving that school, you knew you was headed to Reardon, right?
Yes, sir.
So now you're going into a school where you got the last year probably to really keep up your grades the way you need to.
Oh yeah.
So you're walking in that school, and that's Ray Kelly's school.
Yes, sir.
And Ray Kelly was a 4.0.
Yeah, I wasn't that.
He got records.
Yeah, I wasn't that.
So my thing is, you going into that legacy. Because there's some legacy there.
Wayne Fontana, Jaha Wilson.
There's some legacy there.
Eric Monk, right? The other dude. Yeah.
And now you're dealing with, what you call it, the coach.
Rich Forsland.
And I was that close to sending Justin there that year.
Yes, sir.
Because I was, me and we walk. We don't like something. We
get out of there.
And I was close myself. It's strange how close y'all almost played together.
Yeah.
Even in college.
Yeah.
USF.
Yes, sir.
It was that close.
Jesse Evans.
Yeah. But Jay was gonna be Mathis.
Oh, Mathis. Yeah, that's right.
Jay was gonna sign with Mathis.
Yeah.
Jesse came there.
After,
it was a whole different direction. But anyway, all of a sudden, you at Reardon. So what was the rude awakening for you? What was the awakening? I'm not gonna say rude awakening. What was the awakening for you when you went into Reardon?
The first awakening is that I was gonna be across the street from Big Walt Job. I said, I thought I got away from you. You put me right across the street to City College. You cold.
That's the only awakening you need.
Big Walt, you got. Oh man, yeah.
Man.
Once I found out where it was at, I said, I want to go back to ISA. Yeah, Big Walt.
You wasn't playing, huh?
Yeah.
You couldn't cut class,
Man. Nah, but that was one of the awakenings. But the other one was, man, I didn't know it was all boys until I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was another,
Yeah.
it was all boys school. So that was a change for me. But man, the first awakening academically was, man, I was like, cause I thought I was pretty smart.
Yeah.
And I was into science. I was into reptiles and snakes and lizards back in the day. I loved all that stuff. So I wanted to take a science class. I think it was, for some crazy class. I think I want to say it was zoology.
Okay.
And I said, oh, this can't be, I'm gonna deal with animals and da. Man, that first quarter, I got that F. I said, oh yeah, man. I was sweating. I would be eligible. Damn, I was sweating. I said, this is different from my ISA.
Yeah.
Academics.
Right. ISA sound real good.
Yeah. So that was the first awakening, man. Academically was just the all boys and just the standard of education there for me was high, man. I was like, normally I might get a C or a B. I'm in a D or F over here.
Yeah,
Right.
You know what I mean? So that class. So then I said, so then obviously after that happened the first semester, I think I did pretty good in the rest of my classes. But after that, Big Walt was on me, on my teachers every day. Up at the school. What, he doing his work? He got a study hall. You need him to meet you after school? Okay. He ain't going to practice today. He gonna go in the classroom.
Man.
I said,
Yeah. That's what it takes.
So that's what it was, man. And that it was hard, but I had my dad on me and he was on the teachers. So the teachers knew that they had a parent that cared about their kid. So then they went forth the extra effort. And then when it came down,
sure you get the
exactly.
information. Yeah.
And then when it came down to between that C and that D or that B and that C,
Yeah.
since they always saw me and my dad
Working
on it, they would give me the benefit of the doubt, give me the higher grade.
Wow.
Right.
So, but
The
yeah, that was.
message to the parents, man.
Oh yeah.
Man.
I talk to him all the time. I said, I got to know my son every teacher.
Yes, sir.
You know me. Roy be at Woolside, don't even supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Walking the hallways, looking.
Yeah.
And just to see what's going on because Vidal be there, all of us. Jay got the Rochelle, Vidal, they got to go there.
Vidal.
They got
Vidal.
they got to go there. We got to fight for Jay. Because
Vidal bringing the boxes with us?
Yeah.
Bringing the dogs?
Yeah.
The dogs out?
And Jay got a boxer.
Really?
Yeah. He called Ghost. Yeah, but I used to think like he's all in AP classes.
Yeah.
So Woodside ain't no joke. You can't go to school there.
Oh, yeah.
It's a rude awakening when you go to the Peninsula schools.
Oh,
like when he went into the Reardon. It
Yeah.
was a rude awakening.
Yeah.
And Low is the only school.
That's the only public school that is.
Like you can't get in unless you're on this level.
Oh yeah.
You
Low
know,
is.
So it's the same thing. And so when your basketball started at Reardon and your workouts started, you start working with your boy, they call you your head coach.
Yes, sir.
What was that like when you first got on that team? Because you didn't get a chance to play with Marquise K-League because you went in, you missed him by a year, and
that's why I wanted to go my freshman year to get a taste of that.
was able to guard him.
Yeah.
When Woodside went up there and played,
I remember that.
his freshman year.
Wow.
And Kaylee told him that he was he worked hard, but he ain't messing with him. But at that time, because this dude,
that dude was
He was nice.
Dude, 6'6", 6'5", 2 guard, pull up, 50-inch vertical, defense, muscle, yoked up,
in
like
high school.
6'5", dude.
you never know what your journey gonna be.
That
Yeah. That man.
Man.
When we saw him at outperform your boy, LeBron,
Yeah.
he was like, you know,
was
it's
on
like
his
bro, yeah.
ABC.
He was supposed to be a dude that went out of high school type thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
He should have went out. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
He was that ready. He
Yeah.
was like that.
Yeah. And then you had Dante Sawyer.
Yeah,
Matt.
him too, man.
The beast, man. This some strong cats. But anyway, when you got out there and you started practicing and you started looking at the competition you're about to face in the
WCC,
Catholic, because in the Catholic League, it's very methodic. It's very to
slow and
the
methodical.
and pass. Dior used to
Yeah.
all of a sudden
You got these dudes taking charges. And
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. I'm getting offensive fouls, and I'm like, yo, what's going on
Wait a
here?
minute, he's seeing zones.
Yeah.
So wait a minute.
Boxing ones.
Yeah. Everybody in the key.
Yeah.
What's going on here? So
Man,
how was that?
that was
for
tough.
you?
It was tough.
It was tough.
When the preseason, I was killing.
Yeah.
When I got there, the preseason, I was killing. We played in the Burlingame tournament. We played against Drew Schiller's team.
Yeah. Okay.
He
had a good team.
He had a good team. Yeah, he had a good team.
Yeah.
And we played against Burton. I got the school record at Reardon, still a single game, 48 against Philip Burton. Torched Lewis' kid. I forget what the Braves, Lewis. And McNeely's kid.
Yeah.
I think his son was up there. But, man, when I got into the WCL play, all my numbers dropped. Them defenses, that Sacred Heart, SI, and Archbishop Mitty and Bellam, dude.
They wasn't playing.
Dude, if you averaging 15 a game, you killing in that league. If you averaging 14 or 15, that's killing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's just so.
They changed everything.
Man, that league is
system, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't averaging more. Your leading score ain't more than 15 or 16 a game for the whole league.
It's like the guy
It's tough.
played for Orlando. What's his name with the midi?
Drew Gordon.
Okay, so he played at. He's a pro NBA player, but he played in the Catholic League.
I admit it.
And if he got 18 a game or 30,
That was-
14,
it
15
was-
a game. I went to the game, he got 14, everybody,
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and he one of the best, he did that dunk test with Zach LaVine.
Okay.
Yeah, when he went under the legs, and the spinner.
Yeah.
He should have won it. He got robbed.
Yeah, oh, he got robbed.
He got robbed.
Well,
Dude.
that's the greatest one of the
Under
greatest
the legs.
dunks
Yeah, ever. Yeah, top 2 or 3.
And jumping over somebody doing it too.
Yeah, and then that hoverboard, him going through the underneath the legs and underneath his butt.
Man, I was just blown away about that.
Yeah, man.
But if anybody want to talk to Dior Lowhorn, please call 510-922-1253. We are here at California Urban Podcast. And don't forget to call in for that real estate too with Marcus LeVar, businessman realtor, at 510-922-1253. So let's get back to this beautiful thing. What was some of the tough competition you faced as a 10th grader while you were in Reardon?
Okay, so when I was at Reardon, the team that was really good for the WCL then was, oh man, I want to say it was either Mitty or it was Sacred Heart, because Sacred Heart had ODA
That's
and
right.
Jason Hill.
That's right. They was good.
So that was probably, and you know, that's that big game we had at Kezar.
Right.
So that was probably the biggest game. Sold out Kezar,
Yeah.
Sacred Heart versus Reardon.
Can't even get parking. Yeah.
So that was probably the biggest competition I faced when I was at Reardon, because we was mostly dealing with schools from San Francisco into the peninsula.
Right.
So I would say that Sacred Heart team was pretty good, and that was probably the better team I faced when I was at Reardon for that 1 year. So
Wow.
So yeah.
So after that season was over, your pops decided he's gonna take you out and put you in Berkeley.
No, he decided. No, he didn't decide. San Francisco's rents decided.
Oh wow! Let's
San
talk about
Francisco's
that.
rents.
Let's talk about
The rents decided to go up.
Wow!
And we couldn't afford it,
Wow! That's
You bounced
amazing.
around a lot.
Yeah.
So you went to ISA as a freshman.
Yes, sir.
10th grade, Reardon.
And then 11th and 12th, I went over to Berkeley High.
And that's an experience in itself.
And so what happened
Went to the
was,
East Bay.
And so what happened with that was, so a couple things happened. It wasn't only because we couldn't afford the rent. So we were living on San Bruno Street at the time. And what happened was my dad, he got a dog for us. And the landlord, basically, long story short, we weren't allowed to have pets in the building. Yeah. So my dad had a decision to make to either keep our dog or we had to move. So basically, he told the landlord, okay, you know, we gonna get out of here, and you know, first he had the dog in the van. My dad had a van, a black van. He blacked it out outside the thing, keeping the dog in the van for me and my brother because we was gonna cry if he got rid of it. So eventually, my dad started looking at newspapers. This is around 2000. No, this is around 2000, 2001-ish.
Okay.
He starts looking in the paper, and he comes across a place in Oakland, in West Oakland, for sale. And my dad's always in the newspaper, always in magazines. So he found a realtor in the newspaper, and he called him up, a black dude, Dan Thomas.
Okay.
And he said, hey, hello, my name's Walter. You know, I live in San Francisco. I'm interested in, it's too expensive here. I'm interested in this property in Oakland that you're advertising. So basically, that's what happened, man. That's how my dad bought his first house. We was about 15 when I moved from San Francisco to West Oakland. The house is back then. The house is worth $700,000 now. Yes. We bought the house for $80,000 in 2001.
Yeah.
And that's how it started, man. We moved to West Oakland, and my dad was like, okay, we got to figure out, where we gonna go next, because you can't go to school in Reardon while we live in Oakland, because I ain't be able to get, So basically, my dad was working at he still works at City College. My dad was working at City College, and he had a good relationship with Harry Pantazopoulos, that was the head coach of City, and now the head coach, that was the assistant then, Justin LeBas.
Okay.
And they knew the coach at Berkeley. Because at first my dad was gonna send me to McClymonds. Woo. He was like, you gonna go to McClymonds? But then he found out.
He wants you to live.
He found out that McClymonds was in the lower bottom.
Hey, we had 30 police officers escort Woodside into that game.
Yes.
It's a great school for athletics, though.
For football.
Woo!
Yeah. You said you want to make it out.
Yeah.
So that quickly turned not an option.
Yeah.
After he learned about the school and where it was at, and so then Justin LeBas and Harry, the coach, and Brad Dugan at City College, they introduced my dad to Mike Grignani. Rest in peace, Coach Mike Grignani, Berkeley High. They introduced him to Coach Mike, and he was like, Dior here, he's moving to Oakland, he needs a place to go to school. So basically, that's how I got to Berkeley, was the connection from the City College coaches that my dad knew since working up there to Coach Mike, because Coach Mike used to always go up there and pick their brains and talk about basketball, because Coach Mike lived in the city. So basically that's how that connection made, and that's how I ended up at Berkeley.
Wow.
From that. So
decent team.
Oh yeah. Oh, good team.
Yeah.
Oh man, we were.
Decent
team.
Man.
We was loaded. I mean, not with talent necessarily, but our record.
Yeah, they had some great players in his era.
Yes.
I mean, after his era, it kind of went down for a minute, but Justin them era and the eras before, the Leon Poles and all them eras, that's what they followed. They were the last of that piece right there.
Exactly.
And to see all that talent, like you said, they played Jay, that was trying to get Brass a big game.
Oh,
because you talk on Dominic Cruz,
Berkeley.
Yeah.
Dior, they all.
We played them in the We played you on the NCS in the playoffs. It was in the playoffs we met them.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was my junior or senior year, but we met them. I think it might have been junior.
Yeah.
So they all faced each other. They all played on great AAU teams. They all won plenty records. They had great, like, Justin high school coach made them play almost 45 high school games. he went to Atlanta and played them teams that was with the Atlanta Celtics. They
Yeah.
played them.
Yeah.
He took them. Man, they were able to do. These teams were more about really playing each other. A lot of things not like that today. But a lot of them guys played each other and they were friends. They played on the same team. More guys like him played on one more than just one AAU
Oh,
team.
yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
they
At
went around.
least 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah, they
Through the-
enjoyed
through the
life
high
and
school
stuff like
years.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when you went to Berkeley, you still had to get your education.
Yes.
And Berkeley do offer good education.
Yes, they do.
They offer great education.
Yes, sir.
And so when you went there, you back with the girls. You
Yeah, Berkeley. Yeah.
Yeah, you in town now, baby.
Yeah. The only high school in Berkeley. It's the
now he's 6'6".
Now I'm 6'5". Yeah. Now I'm 6'6". Yeah, 6'5".
6'6".
Yes,
So
sir.
walking in school and
Immediately the
and-
man
and
was in
six pack hanging all out.
Yeah, muscle.
Well packed.
Yeah, I had the muscle down, swollen up at Berkeley. They had me on. Oh yeah. That's when that 225 came.
Yeah.
They had the weight room.
Yeah.
So he's coming in there and everybody know who he is already.
Yeah.
You know, so
Weird, you know.
what was that like your first day at school when you come in?
Man, like I said, I'm glad I had that experience from ISA because
Yeah.
I went back into an ISA situation except on a big scale.
Yeah.
You know, Berkeley High is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that population about 5,000 kids.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a big high school.
That is.
It covers about four
Block.
or
Yeah.
5 square blocks.
Yeah.
That campus. So I was like, oh man, I'm back with the.
Yeah.
Big walk
And
over
you
there
in
now.
the- and you in the East Bay.
Now I'm in the East
It's
Bay.
different. It's a different culture.
Right.
You know, it's the hyphy movement.
Yeah.
I got all the dreads, a lot of dudes everywhere.
Yeah.
Girls wearing pink hair.
Yeah.
You know.
And you're right by Cal Berkeley, the weirdness.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Telegraph Street.
Yeah. All the hippies, the weed is everywhere.
Man.
You know,
Sunny.
you know,
hot, it's sunny. Yeah,
you know, Berkeley.
So how was that when you first started rolling over to Berkeley High School?
Man, I at first I was like, I told Big Wall, I said, I don't know if this is me, Pops. So, nah, but you know, my first experience, my dad tells me this story to this day, but when I first transferred to Berkeley, I remember they had me playing a preseason tournament in the summer, 10th grade going into the 11th that summer. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm coming from Reardon, blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking, you know, I want to be the man right away. And I get to a tournament, and the first couple games, the coach wasn't really playing me a lot.
Yeah.
And my dad was, I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was like, no, Dad, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Da, 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 da. And he was like, nah, just stick with it, son. You know, it's just the first couple games in preseason. He can't just throw you in the mix right away. You gotta, you know, first couple games, you know. So then, you know, that was my first experience. And then obviously, you know, once we started to get into the season and league, you know, I was started playing a lot, you know, playing the whole game. But, you know, my first experience was that. And then, man, just the campus life was just, like I said, it was, you know, big school. You know, you got white, black, you know, you in Berkeley, so you got all these different diversity things. And then you got the dread, you know, it was just the hyphy movement, man, was big in 2005. That was that 05 through 08, you know, them 4 or 5 years strong was that hyphy movement. You know, I went to high school with the Cataracts, Krayshawn, Dev, and the Pack.
Wow.
And G-Eazy went to our high school. So, you know, Berkeley
was lit.
Yes, all of us the same age.
Yeah.
G-Eazy was in
even
my
know that.
biology class. He played lacrosse.
Really?
No, I take that back. Not G-Eazy, sorry. Colin Tilley, the dude that produces Chris Brown, all the music videos for all the dudes.
Yeah.
In the beginning, they'll say Colin Tilley Productions.
Yeah.
A white dude. He was right across from me. He was a lacrosse player. You know, Berkeley puts out all the musicians, artists. You know, because it's Berkeley. That's the Mecca.
Yeah.
So the Wolfpack, dude, at our graduation,
man,
the Wolfpack performed at the grad.
Come on, man.
The band
They
song.
finally short at that time.
Yeah,
Man.
Berkeley High,
Yeah.
all of them. So the high school was off the hook. Them couple years,
Wow.
it was off the hook.
Wow.
How did
So-
you not get caught up in the mix?
Big walk,
Big walk.
big walk,
Again, the power of a fight.
big walk.
Hey, man.
I remember I had a cheerleader try to date me.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Walt scared her off. I'm scared of your dad. I'm out of here. Wait, what you trying to do with my son? What you doing? What's your intentions? Big Walt.
What's your intentions with 15?
But you know what's
Yeah.
strange? Hey, when you look back upon that, you glad you had it.
Oh yeah.
Because you could be dead.
Yeah. Or have,
Oh,
I could have had 10 kids by the time I was 30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Eat something like easily.
Because I remember when they said Big Roy ain't letting Jay had no girlfriend.
I remember that. Yeah.
Look at him.
Dude. Yeah.
Big Roy coming to gym. We was almost the same. Me and Walt, we wasn't playing. We wanted to get the education, man.
I got a story. So my dad didn't let me have a cell phone until I was about 17, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I remember I used to call, when I was dating that cheerleader, I remember I used to call late at night to try to call her. But see, I didn't know, my dad would be downstairs watching TV, right? And then our phones was connected from the bottom to the top, right?
Yeah.
So I was on the phone one time late at night. This fool, I don't know who he was kind of call, but he hits the button. I hear a beep, and I'm talking. He's like, "Who on my phone? Who on my phone? Who you talking to? Who you talking to at 11 o'clock at night?" I said, "Oh man!" I hung up that phone so quick. He came up the stairs. Who you talking to? You know what I mean? Big Walt was. I said, "Oh man, Big Walt."
Because you go to the game, you see all the girls want to talk to Dior,
Yeah.
but they ain't going over there.
No. Big Walt, Big Walt owed me some stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
Big Walt messed me up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I would say this: if you didn't have that, what would you be?
Yeah.
That's how I look at life, you know. So, this is my cousin I raised, stuff he went through with me as a nephew, you know, and I was tough. You know, had him washing dishes, making bed at 2. You know.
2 years old.
Seriously though.
Big Walt. He called Big Walt.
Sweeping, salute. You know.
He was crazy. He was crazy.
Yeah. So
man.
all I look at is them times it was out of love. It really was not of trying to control. It was trying to save you.
Yeah.
Because all my brothers, 3 of my brothers, one on my father's side and 2 on my mother's side end up dead in the streets.
Yeah.
I have a little brother, been in prison 39 years. So I didn't want him facing that. So I said I had to give him that foundation and stuff. And then I knew when Jay came,
It was over for Jay. I knew when Jay came.
Iron Fist?
Yeah, I mean,
Iron Fist?
Yeah.
I was so scared for Jay. I didn't know if Jay was gonna make it out of
Steroids.
childhood.
All the
I was
cliches.
just glad he was off me.
Like, when you gonna have a kid? When you gonna have your own kid?
Your own kid.
So it's like this, man. All of y'all, your era, all you guys doing pretty good.
Oh,
all
man.
working.
All of us.
Hey, Christine on Aaron. Think about Christine.
Yeah, you right.
Them combinations Aaron took. Man, and a man can't fight Christine.
Yeah.
They get knocked out too. No, you ain't messing around with Aaron Mayfield.
No.
And she ain't playing. And
All the moms, whoever was kind of a single mom,
they
They was
they
on
was
all
on
the
some
way.
stuff.
Humphrey Jackson was like,
Demeter, yeah.
Demeter wasn't playing with Humphrey
Yeah, they
Jackson.
wasn't playing, man.
Yeah, man.
Duran's mom?
Oh, yeah, all of them.
She was off the hook.
Oh, yeah.
Their mom.
But Demeter was like, Humphrey, hey, Roy, can you come get me? What? I can only come to your house.
Yeah, right.
Aaron, hey, Roy, she gonna kill me.
Yeah.
We had some great times,
And his
man.
brothers, too.
Oh, man, they all doing pretty good.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
good.
school,
That's good.
college, man, and
That's good.
so that's what it took to save your kid's life.
Yeah.
You just have to be a little bit crazy as a parent, because you got to make other people realize you come near my son and with that game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got to deal with me,
Yeah.
and they came right.
Right.
Yeah. They
came correct.
Yeah, they came. They didn't come over there like.
Uh,
Even Bobby Knight had to deal with Walt. And he was. I remember he ran out of USF before Walt. Get him on the bus before Walt get out there.
Yeah, you're right.
Walt was mad as hell,
Yeah.
man. He wasn't playing, man.
So let's get to that.
No,
Wait,
hold
Bobby,
on,
Bobby,
no,
Bobby,
hold on,
Bobby,
No, we
y'all
gotta finish
tripping.
up high school a little bit, man.
Okay, so now you at Berkeley
Yes, sir. The
and
Beehive.
the Beehive, and
Yeah.
who was some of the people you played with, and who was some of the people that was mostly inspired you at the school to get your grades and stay straight and get out of here?
Okay, so them years I played with so like again, kind of like at Reardon, right before I got to kind of like at Reardon, how I kind of missed Marquise, Tofi, and them. The same thing kind of happened at Berkeley. When I came in is when KK, remember KK?
Okay, yeah, he was
KK
good.
was there, and a couple other dudes, and they had just lost the previous year to Oakland Tech at Cal.
Okay.
And that was the famous game where they said KK tip dunked on Leon.
Yeah.
It was on high school spoken.
Yeah, Leon was mad.
Yeah, Leon was mad as hell. You know what I mean? Leon ended up tearing their butt up the rest of the game, and they won.
Ain't nobody stopping that.
Yeah, they ain't stopping that monster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so basically, I played when I came in 11th grade. I played with really good point guard, kind of with the curly hair that I had, and kind of I have Sean Burrow, the
Okay.
left-handed point guard.
Right.
And then we had Keon Tate
Okay.
with the hops, the
With the
big
hops.
calves,
Had to-
jump out the gym.
About that 45 vertical.
Man,
Yeah.
we had him. We had Robert Mitchell, another good guard, left-handed guard. And then we had your boy, like you said, we had a couple other football players. We had the big 6'9" white center, Jack
Okay.
McSweeney.
Okay.
And then we had the freshman.
Okay.
Actually, he came in my senior year. I take that back. My senior year is when we had Bagsby, the
Okay.
freshman phenom.
Oh, that's the kid. Man, I came at least 10 of your games.
I know.
And see, and I was looking at this freshman. I said, "Ooh, that boy gonna be back."
Yeah,
He just dropped off the earth.
dude. Dwayne, DJ, man. I'm telling you, when my senior year, and I'll get to this once we start to get to my junior and senior year at Berkeley. Dude, my senior year when he came in as a freshman, dog, that dude, I was in awe of him.
Man.
I was like, this dude, at this rate, this dude gonna be in 4 years, 5 years, my dude might be in the league. I don't know. He was that good as a freshman. He was like, he was our point guard too.
Yeah.
And man, the games he won, I'll get to this later, but the games he won us my senior year, who we beat and how he played, dude,
Man.
cold.
Man.
Number one, he was like the number 2 freshman in California, number 1 freshman in California. Cold.
Top 5.
Top.
Wow.
He was one of the top 10 or 5 8th graders going to 9th grade.
Yeah.
And just,
Yeah.
man,
Man.
crazy talent. But
Yeah.
so
But you never know where your journey comes.
you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. So, but yeah, so, you know, when I was at Berkeley, man, we were loaded. I mean, like I was telling everybody, we won in league. So our record in my 2 years, we was about, I think we was like 37-2 or 3. And I remember exactly who we lost
Y'all
to.
had the legendary.
We lost.
That's a
We
legendary
lost.
squad.
We only lost 3 games in my 2 years. We lost to Castlemont to go to the NorCal finals. We lost to De La Salle my junior year, and we lost to Newark Memorial my junior year.
Wow.
And Newark had Devon, Kyle, and Trey.
That's right.
De La Salle had Theo Roberson, Justin Joyner. They had all them dudes, and then Castlemont had Chris Oakes.
Castlemont had.
Castlemont had Chris Oakes,
They was.
and they had.
That's
they
who
had a
beat
couple other
Justin
dudes.
them.
That's who beat us.
They go to
That's
the
who
state.
beat us the very next
Really?
day.
No.
And they played us.
No, they beat y'all first.
Oh, they beat us first. Then they played y'all.
Then they
yeah.
went to the Final Four. Was Cal Spain? They played against the team in San Mateo that was Tom Brady went to.
Oh,
Chad.
Sarah.
Chad.
Well, coach of her.
Yeah.
No, Sarah.
Yeah, they played Sarah.
That was with the sensei in them?
That's what Chad and the sensei.
Yeah, the sensei.
Okay,
yeah.
so they lost to them.
Yeah, it was loaded
okay,
too.
and then Justin them lost to Castlemont to go to the state final.
Got you.
That's when Justin was up by 11 points for 5 minutes,
And
and
dude-
the player had a heart attack on the court.
Their player.
Yeah, Justin, the player. And
Lucas. Well, yeah, the
and-
little one.
no, the tall,
Oh,
the Spanish kid, the one that was 6'6".
Oh, yeah. I remember him.
He had a heart attack on the court, and it just took the
Against
win.
Castlemont.
We was up by 11 with 5 minutes. It took the win out of Jaden.
Yeah.
Castlemont them was through. They were able to rest 45 minutes, and they were able to press and come back. And then they lost to Chad them in the over there at
Arco Arena.
Yeah. But that would have been because they were saying Woodside they should have won. They was loaded.
Yeah, y'all was loaded
from pillar to post, and
more than Castlemont for sure.
Yeah.
Castlemont had Chris Oakes and they had another guard.
Yeah, their guard was little.
The guard was
the
good.
light-skinned
The light skin curly hair,
Yeah,
the
he
gold
talked-
teeth.
he
He
talked
played
about-
with gold teeth in the game. Oh, like this dude was on the
he
hook.
really in
He
the
was playing
town.
grill in the game.
Really in the town.
I said, this dude cold. He was cold though.
Put a grill in the game.
He was cold, dog.
They had some good. Then Cal Spain there was pretty loaded. Too.
Oh my God.
They said it was 7 feet.
Yeah, Devon Harden.
Yeah.
He went to Cal. Played up.
6'11".
Got drafted
Yeah.
in the second round.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He went to Cal. Yeah.
Phenomenal. He's the same height as Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
Same size,
Yep.
speed, run up,
Jump out the gym, block
right.
everything.
Then you had Cal Spain. What killed Cal was his legs. His
Knees.
So he would have played a
That
long
dude was
time.
cold.
Yeah, he was good too.
He played overseas a little bit though.
But you know what was good? Trey Clark's brother played football.
He had a big team.
He was a monster at City College.
Really?
Oh man, that kid was a monster, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he turned his son was that boy was a beast, man.
Yeah.
But then Trey was a beast.
Yeah,
man.
Trey.
All you guys' competition was so tight.
And don't forget about the big country and Omar Sampan and John Bryant.
Man.
The big John Bryant,
Then you had
big country.
Then you had Eugene them out of Sacramento.
Yes, sir.
Justin,
Eugene.
that's when Justin hurt his hip. He went out there. Woodside went out there, and Eugene tried to take Justin's head off.
Eugene, 300 pounds.
Yeah, 6'8".
Yeah, all muscle. You going?
You know the guy they talking about, Zion.
Yeah,
Eugene was bigger than that.
yeah. In like 6th, 7th grade.
Yeah,
It was crazy. This dude was huge.
This dude was man, and when he was a senior, he was like a rock, man. Yeah.
So y'all won the city championship every year then.
So when I was at Berkeley, we won. So in the league, we went undefeated both years, ACCLs, and that was with like
On the
Deanza,
wall, then.
Richmond, but it was loaded, and we
Yeah.
was still winning. Richmond had Eli and Wendell McKinnis.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we beat Hercules when they had Tim Pierce
Yeah.
and all that big Harry Brown beef. Remember beef?
Oh, Big B.
Big beef.
That's a rough dude right
Big
there.
beef from New York.
Yeah, he got into it with what's your boy that was with Ron Artez and they got in a fight in the stands.
Yeah, I remember Stephen Jackson.
Yeah. At Kezar.
Yeah.
That was
Big
a-
beef from New York. So our league was loaded.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Yeah.
between Richmond and Hercules, and then like I said, Pinot had Big John Bryant and John Smith, Phil Smith's son.
Yeah.
So there was 4 or 5 teams
Yeah.
that was loaded in our league, and we were still beating everybody.
Yeah.
But we had about that year. We had about 7 or 8 D1 guys in that
Yeah.
league.
And like I was saying, Justin team at Woodside, they rolled through everybody. They
Yeah.
beat Drew Schiller them twice. Drew Schiller them beat them in the regular season, right? They said never again. So they come back and beat them. Then they beat them for the PAL championship. Then they won they won everything. Beat them for the PAL because they had the 2 twins that went from San Francisco. They came all the way up and went to Mental Atherton.
Stewart twins. Right?
Yeah, they were
Stewart.
Mental Atherton.
And they had that white, the dude Troutman.
Yeah.
Remember Big Mike Troutman, the
Big
shooter?
time, and they had Petey.
Yeah, Big Petey.
Yeah. So
right.
so they had a good team too,
Yeah.
but they was too young to deal with J-Dem. They were just too young.
Yeah.
But because they thought they had said, "Nah, y'all too young." Them boys, Dominic and Jacob went in there and like took their heads off, man. They were just too young. And stuff, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dior them was so. It was so much competition, and not only that. I think that was the last year that people were really worried about y'all education.
Yeah.
I mean, parents was really worried about them getting education for real. That's why the mothers was crazy. You remember T-Lo, Justin T-Lo? T-Lo attacking referees now. Her and Demeter, man, we had to separate, man. Humphrey, man. And, so Humphrey's doing good.
Yeah, he with the AU team.
That's what I'm trying to get his son, too.
The Arsenal, right?
He's the
Team
man,
Arsenal.
yeah.
And KP Potts is the director. And
Is he?
Yeah, KP from that. Yeah, Your son need to, yeah.
Yeah, he need to go up there.
Yeah. And I want him to work with Ray Kelly a little bit.
Yeah.
And
because they'll have his skills good too. KP,
Yeah.
director of that team, Arsenal.
that's who will be his coach until
Yeah.
if he gets to Humphreys High School.
Yeah,
But
KP.
I didn't know KP was.
You know, he learned from Chris Farr, Lou Ritchie, Phil Handy.
Man.
He learned from all.
Tell me about Lou Ritchie.
Oh man,
That's
Lou
I always
Ritchie.
get y'all with Lou
Man,
Ritchie.
I got so many people I gotta shout out, man.
I know, but we want to hear a little bit about Lou
Okay,
Ritchie.
Lou. So Lou, I kind of got with Lou because Lou started when I was at Berkeley. When I was playing with the Soldiers, he started taking over the Soldiers. So my dad would take me over there to work out with him at O'Dowd.
Monster workouts.
The weight first we hit the weight because Lou is Lou's swole.
Yeah, a little swole. Yeah.
Yeah, so we was down in the weight room with Lou, and then Lou had us up at O'Dowd in the practice gym and in the main gym, cold workouts
Yeah.
off the hook.
And look,
Like
he'll have some NBA players and tell Dior, you guarding him, he guarding, and you better be out there.
exactly. Yeah.
Look, you think I'm lying? What's this? We went to Berkeley because they had all the pros. Everybody go to Berkeley that day, and we run in. I don't know if you showed up that day, but yes, you did because you and Jay was on the same team.
Jerry,
It was you, Justin. Y'all went against. Y'all had what's the dude? He played for the NBA for about 10 years. I can't think of big swole, but he came over there. And what you call was on your team too. Drew Gooden's son was on your team too.
Oh, okay.
So you had Drew who played in the NBA. They wouldn't pass the ball, him and Jay. They wouldn't pass the ball to these dudes, and Billy going crazy on the side. Dior them like, hell, I'm in this too, right? And they got all Liam.
They not gonna get you to rock.
Look, they got all the big wigs, all the soldiers, everybody up there running at this cow run. Man, we like, and it was a trip cow coach being there.
Big Ron. Hey, what's going on here?
So I'm looking out there, and they out there playing, and it's just amazing that them dudes ain't gonna take it easy on them at all. I don't care if you this tall, you better go out there and try to go hard because they're going to send your stuff to the gym, to the thing. And that's why I think they grew because we go to Bishop O'Dowd, the whole city up there.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody up there.
Lou, that was
when you practicing?
Yeah, that was I would say O'Dowd, all the schools with Lou, he had it rocking up there. Because of the soldiers and all that kind of atmosphere, it was rocking up there, especially in the summers.
And as parents, you just go in there and sit down and bet and sit down because you got to go. You got to go.
It was like invite only, closed door.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
So it was a great. So the reason I'm saying this because I got to get Lou Ritchie in here, man.
You got to get
him. Y'all gonna call him and holler at him and let him know he got to get. You hear me, Ray? You got to get Lou Ritchie up in here because what Ray and Lou did for a lot of you kids.
Oh yeah.
Is you can't get it.
No.
Because they didn't ask for nothing. You know, they just out of their heart decided to give that gift back. But when you hear them talk, they got the gift too from somebody.
Right.
And that's how it trickled down. And I hope Dior is now, we don't get into that, is giving that gift in the Philippines, giving that gift over there to them. Their kids is on him. And he's got all these kids that gift. So when he ever do decide to come back here, he got so much to develop and give like Jesse Bird is doing now.
Yes, sir.
He's back here to build what he built in Bernice. He's back here to build here.
Hey, I know Jesse Bird you was living up in Dubai too. I know you was in Dubai. You was doing some things too. Don't tell no, he was with his wife. They was down in Dubai. But I know you enjoyed Dubai with your wife, man. I saw the pictures of y'all on them camels and riding the sand things. But I was good to see, man. Just his interview was awesome. His interview was awesome.
So my question to you is this: before now, you graduated. You got out. You kissed your last girlfriend. The one you snuck around with. You kissed her.
That didn't last very long.
Now you headed to Texas Tech. You decided to sign. What made you sign with Bobby Knight, and what made you want to go to Texas Tech?
So, after high school, first of all, it was kind of, so what happened was during the recruitment of that last summer going into my senior year is when it started to really heat up junior going into senior year that summer. And I had all kind of colleges on me, I mean, but who ended up being in my top 5 ultimately that I had that they came to my house and visited me and that I did my official visits at was Florida with Billy Donovan. It was UCLA with Ben Howland. It was Texas Tech with Bobby Knight. It was Washington with Lorenzo Romar. And it was USF with Jesse Evans because he took over at the time. So those were my top 5 that I wanted to go to.
Schools.
So what happened was, and this is a funny story, Bobby Knight, first of all, he normally doesn't recruit the West Coast. He's only ever had one West Coast kid, and he actually went to City College for 2 years, Dean Garrett, that played at City back in the 80s under Brad Dugan. So basically that connection with Coach Knight was, again, through Brad Dugan because I would go to City College sometimes when I was at Reardon and at Berkeley because my dad worked there. Yeah. City had hell of teams back in the day, and they still do. You know, I think did they win state this year? I think they might have won state this year. Yeah, they're definitely. So they're always in the state championship. So back then they had an awesome team. They had, remember Big Chris Adams, Big Dookie with the braids, Mike Travis. They had them all at there between that 03 to 05 range. But still now. So I was going up there, and after that last senior year, Brad was asking me, "Hey, how would you like to play for Coach Knight?" And at the time, being in high school, I knew about Coach Knight, but I really didn't know about Coach Knight. Yeah. If you know what I mean. Yeah. So I looked into it, and I said, okay, I'm interested in this. Coach Knight gonna be my top 5. So basically, I took my official visit. My first one was to Texas Tech. So I'll go out there. My dad was like, they're gonna try to do this, they're gonna try to do that on your visit, da-da-da-da. Man, they bring me on the same day they playing University of Texas in football. So the campus is rocking. It is Lubbock. Crazy. It was when Vince Young was the quarterback at Texas, too. Oh. Yeah. So it was UT, Texas Tech versus Texas. The biggest game in the Big 12. In Texas, of all states, the football mecca. So, I'm looking, we at the stadium. I'm like, yo, how many people in this stadium? Dude, what happened? So they brought me on that weekend. Obviously, it was off the hook.
Man, they knew what they were doing, too.
So, dude, it just was nuts. So I get in the, visit is for a weekend, Friday to Sunday. So Sunday come, I'm at Coach Knight bring me in his office. So he's like, so what? What do you think? You ready to sign? And I signed yesterday. I signed at the game. Shoot. What are you talking about? Yeah. So he said, you ready to sign? So I'm like, damn, I didn't take none of my other visits yet. Yeah. I want more of this. So basically what happens is I'm 18, right? So this is Coach Knight. At the time, Coach Knight had the most wins in NCAA history. He's still like number 2 or 3. The only people that's ahead of him is Mike Krzyzewski, who he coached at Army. Right. So Coach K, everything he learned is from Bobby Knight. Yes. He was a player at Army when Coach Knight coached him. Yes. So at the time, before Coach K passed him in total wins for college basketball, Coach Knight was the winningest coach. He's the guy. So I'm sitting here like, I'm in front of this 6'4", 250-pound white guy that's beat red, saying, so what you gonna do? You ready to sign? Yeah. Man, I said, yeah, where do I sign? What can I do? Man. Of course. But here's the capper. Man, I get on that plane back, that signing hit the news, hit the Chronicle, hit the Examiner, hit the Tribune before I could even land.
Big Walk was
Big Walk. Wait. Big Walk.
So it hit the media.
Dude, it hit it before I hit back home later that day. Dude, Coach Lowhorn signs with Coach Knight. My dad picked up that paper. He said, what you did? You signed what? You didn't even take all your visits? What? Boy, I told you to go. I told you they was gonna do that.
Yeah.
I told you they was gonna take you to that football game, and Big Walt was hot. Big Walt's still hot to this day. You remember you signed without telling me? Big Walt's still hot. So that's how I ended up there, man. I didn't even take the rest of my visits. I had Coach Knight right in my face.
You were done.
It was over. It was done. It was a done deal. The winningest coach, the football game, the pressure. Let's do it.
And now it's in the media. It's in the
Now
paper.
it's in the media. Ain't no going back now. It's the done deal.
Wow.
So
Yeah, because I think if you'd have went to UCLA, you'd have took that. That would have been the coldest visit you ever did in your life.
well,
They had about four
forgot about
models.
You forgot about Florida.
Florida too, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
So basically, that's how I ended up at Texas Tech.
Okay.
I'm in Lubbock, Tech. So later after my senior year, they expect us to go out there early to do orientation to get acclimated with the university and whatnot. So I go out there for summer school, and it's just quiet. Ain't no football, ain't no. So I'm like, damn, this is a dry campus. There ain't nothing going on here.
Where the hell?
I'm coming from California, the Bay Area, to Lubbock.
Are you coming from Berkeley?
I'm coming from
Oakland.
San Francisco.
Hyphy movement.
Yeah,
It's lit.
and I'm going to Sandstorms and Billie Holiday, and
Right.
I'm like, what's going on here? So man, that summer was, I already got homesick.
Yeah,
I was there
quick,
3 months.
yeah.
I was already homesick.
Yeah.
So the season rolled around, and I got to play as a lot as a freshman.
Did you?
They put me on the weights even more, dude. I was at the football coach before the basketball season started. He said, "You want to play football? You want to play tight end?"
That's why I say you didn't play football.
These fools had me. I was 245, all muscle
At
at
6'8".
6'6", 6'7",
Whoa.
and but I had to get like that for that Big 12.
Yeah.
That Big 12 conference ain't no joke. I'm in that league. I'm playing against LaMarcus Aldridge. I'm playing against P.J. Tucker. I'm playing against Booby Gibson that played with the Cavs.
Yeah.
I'm playing against Brandon Rush, Mario Chalmers. I'm playing against 10, 12 lottery picks.
Yeah.
So they had me.
And you touched the floor.
Man, I played.
He was the man.
I played 22 minutes a game as
He
a
was the
freshman
man.
in the Big 12.
He came to USF and tore him up.
Oh yeah, we gonna get to that. As a freshman.
That's why I hit the paper then.
As a freshman.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he was.
I was the top 50 in the country.
Yeah.
in my senior year.
Bobby
NorCal Player of the Year.
Yeah, by the night. He
NorCal
on it.
Player of the Year. So I played a lot. Great experience. Learned. We can do a whole separate podcast on Coach Knight in my experience. We gonna. I leave y'all with one story though.
Yeah.
My freshman year, we playing at the Garden.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, we played against Chris Paul and Wake Forest. Game on the line. We up 1. No, we up 2. Big man set a pick. I switch out on Chris Paul. Coach, the previous time no threes.
Yeah.
Dude, this fool Chris Paul pulled up from the hash. We in the Coaches versus Cancer tournament at Madison Square Garden. He does a move, pulls up from the hash, splash. Game over. They beat us in the championship semifinal.
Wow.
We get on our private plane. Where's Lowhorn at? All my teammates rapping. He over here. He in the back. He hiding. We driving them private jets.
Yeah.
Small plane.
Yeah.
Get your butt up here. Give me that laptop. Back in the day, he had the laptop, but he had the voice recorder, the old school recorder. He taking notes like he in Hoosiers from the 70s.
Yeah.
We're fast forward to that last play of the game. Get over here. You see this? This is winning time. I'm giving you the censor stuff.
Yeah.
This is winning time. Dude, he take that laptop, cracked me upside my kneecap. I thought this fool broke my kneecap.
Wow.
He shattered the whole computer on my leg, the laptop, snapped it in half.
You was gone. That was it, huh?
That was one of the. I'll give you last story before we move on.
Yeah.
We at the hotel. No, we play USF. I'm gonna give you the USF one.
Yeah.
We play USF.
Yeah, that's when they walk.
They beat us. There ain't no way in hell a WCC team supposed to beat a 12 team. Dude, and that
messes y'all ranking.
I'm gonna give you the rated the clean version.
Yeah.
he go to the bathroom, put something on some toilet paper and put it in front of us and say, this is how y'all play tonight. Just leave it at that. When I mean off the hook, calling brothers off. Hey. But I tell you one thing, all his players graduate. All his players is doctors, nurses, coaches, and that same person he told, your mama this and that. You say something about Coach Knight, that player ready to fight you.
Wow.
That's how much respect his former players got for him.
Yeah.
Because he turned them into men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I got homesick. So, Coach Knight was about to retire. Actually, that's when his son took over the program, Pat Knight.
Okay.
So I got homesick. Blah blah blah. So when I decided, you can get into it, but when I decided to transfer back, I knew I was gonna go back home to USF because once I left California and I dealt with Lubbock, I said, you know what? I'm a California Bay Area. I need to go. I'm not gonna fool around with nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go right back home.
Because you know the area.
Because I know the area.
Yeah.
I'm from San Francisco, so all my family can see me. So I said, once I decided to transfer, I knew I was going back to USF.
Yeah. But Strang, you were very lucky. I think that because if you'd have got Phil Mathis,
he's the Black Bobby Knight. They used to call him that. Black Bobby Knight.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about sickness.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
A lot of coaches was like that.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of I think they do coaches like that. I think they all change.
He is like that.
Yeah.
No, but I think he's changed now.
Oh,
we have to now.
Yeah, because these kids are different breed.
Oh yeah.
Different emotion.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like because you had a Big Walt in your life.
Yeah.
Justin had a Rory in his life, so to deal with, it's like dealing with my dad. So it wasn't like he's running from something to where he don't see all these type of like we were. That's what we had to deal with. Man, well, we were nicer compared to what we dealt with. So that should tell you how tough it is for us. You remember everybody got in our ass wherever we went.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but everybody got in our butt wherever we went. It didn't matter how tough a coach was because I had George White.
Yeah, you used to it.
Yeah, we had coaches everywhere we went. I went to Reno. That was one of the racist things I've ever faced. Playing for Nevada Reno. Then I went to Merritt dealing with a cold coach in Ike. So we had some tough things we had to deal with. And stuff. So, but we're behind schedule.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to speed it up a little bit.
Okay, let's speed it up.
Speed
It's
it up a
good.
little bit.
It's getting good.
Now you're at USF.
Yes, sir.
A different atmosphere.
Yeah.
A brand new Jesse Evans, because this is a different one, not from Arizona when he was coaching Arizona.
Yeah.
He's the head coach now.
Yes, sir.
Because he comes from Lou Holtz.
Lou Olson.
Lou Olson. Now you got the Lou Olson style and system. How did that work out for you when you came to USF?
The Lou Olson style, roll the ball out and hoop. Roll the ball out and play. I mean,
Go get some money out there.
Jesse Evans, man, that dude was a player's coach.
Yeah.
Jesse Evans, and see, y'all don't know this, but so when I left Texas Tech, I redshirted, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So I had a red shirt. And I was training before that summer. I was so hungry to play, so I was working out with Chris Farr.
Yeah, but one of the
Big C Farr.
one of the best trainers in the world.
He trained. He worked. He worked for Denver a little bit with B. Shaw when Brian Shaw was the coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Denver.
Every pro go
Damian Lillard, DeMar DeRozan, they all go to him now.
Yeah.
So I was working with him. Everything got so much better that red shirt year.
Wow.
And then I played that sophomore year and just killed it. But Jesse was a player's coach. He just let me hoop. And unfortunately, he got fired midway that season.
Oh.
You remember Eddie Sutton took over. I played for Eddie Sutton.
That's right. Right. I didn't
Eddie
know that.
Sutton came in.
Because it was a female athletic director.
Debbie Gorman.
Wow.
Yes, from Stanford.
And I think she got fired.
Yeah. That's what I said. That's why I said I got all these notes. Big Walt cursed me. I don't want to play. He coached me. I playing for 50 million coaches, 50 million teams. Big Walt had me. Nightmare.
Right.
So I got to Eddie Sutton that second year, my sophomore year, And he came. He only reason Jesse Evans had got fired midway this season, and Eddie Sutton came our sophomore year, second half. And the only reason why he came is to help finish it up, but he came to get his 800 wins.
Okay.
So that's that elite group of 5 or 6 coaches in
Yeah.
college basketball that have more than 800 wins. I think Jim Boeheim, Bobby Knight, Mike Krzyzewski, Eddie Sutton, probably Tubby Smith, maybe 1 or 2 other ones.
Roy Williams or something?
Probably Roy Williams.
Yeah.
It's that 5 or 6,
Yeah.
that class. So I had Eddie Sutton, another old school coach. And Eddie Sutton got he got in trouble at Oklahoma State for all the DUI. He was kind of off the
He
hook.
was on one then.
Yeah, he was
on one up there.
He was a great coach.
All of them are alcoholics.
All the old school ones, yeah. All the 80-year-old,
Yeah.
they drinking, covering it up with cologne. And
Yeah.
coming to the games, half twisted,
In your face. You like, damn, bro.
smelling it.
Oh, that's Heineken today. Heineken tonight.
It was all, Eddie Sutton, it was off the hook. So, but he was great to learn, man. Them, Coach Knight, them, the old school, man, just, and then, them last 2 years at USF, I had Rex Walters, played in the NBA.
That's right.
Walters was the coach of
Rex Walters.
Yeah.
Played at Kansas, played 8 years in the league. So I went from Bobby Knight to Jesse. I went from a white, 800 win coach, most all time at the time, to an African American coach, back to an old school 800 win Eddie Sutton, then to a former NBA player that's a coach.
Wow. But at least you had him 2 years.
Yeah, I had him my last 2 years, and USF was I don't take away all my journey all the way them 10, 12 years, middle school, high school, college, them 12. I wouldn't trade him in for anything. Yeah, Texas Tech experience, great. Going back to home, great. Playing for the coaches, great. And then at USF, I was able to, do a lot of stuff.
Did you get a lot of education?
Yeah.
It's hard because that USF is
USF
they up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That Jesuit, it was tough, man.
Yeah.
It was tough at USF.
Yeah, I bet it was.
So did that help you far as adapting to now you at the Kings, Sacramento Kings? I know because you're going there.
After my senior year,
Yeah,
I'm working out for teams.
Yeah. So how did when you knew that you decided not to stay in the G League, you decided what they call the D League, whatever they call now. But you decided, okay, I'm gonna go overseas and make some money. I'll get paid more money because they're not. I can stay here and go into the NBA later on.
Maybe not.
Right, you're right.
Yeah.
So it's a
You would have went.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think because. But it's politics.
It's politics. It's your
politics.
agent,
Yeah.
where you went to school.
Yeah.
If I could change anything,
Yeah.
getting back to USF and transitioning from USF to pro, the only thing I would have changed is maybe to get to the NBA, what I would have changed is maybe it was better that I maybe not necessarily stayed at Texas Tech, but maybe the right school that I'm looking back at that might have been good would have been maybe a Washington with Lorenzo Romar, or maybe
UCLA,
a St. Mary's with Randy Bennett.
Yeah.
Because these other schools that was recruiting me that was still mid-majors where I could kill, they made the tournament. When I was at USF, we never, when you make the NCAA tournament,
you get all the eyes on you.
We never made it because Gonzaga and St. Mary's always dominated the league.
Yeah. Still
St. Mary's and Gonzaga. So if the only thing I could change would be maybe to choose a different school that suited me academically, like USF, but still made the tournament and still where I could be a part of a great team that made the tournament. That would have helped my prospects going to the NBA.
Right.
And also probably picking a bigger agent. Because I was thinking I wanted to be a big fish in a small pond. So I chose a smaller agency instead of go with the Duffys, the Aaron Goodwins of the world.
See,
because I thought I was going to get lost in the shuffle.
I thought you were going with Cal.
I know. I just thought I was going to get lost. He had Carmel. I didn't know.
Yeah.
But their clout and their
nice
pool.
too,
huh?
Goodwin was pretty nice.
Exactly.
too,
Aaron Goodwin and Bill Duffy.
Yeah.
But
They
I
loved
just thought that I didn't know. I kind of, like I said, Big Walt, I made 1 or 2 decisions without Big Walt consent that he still brings up to this day. And the college was one and the agent was one. So maybe I should have listened to Big Walt on both, man. I don't know.
That's how it go though.
But yeah, man, so after that, after I tried out for the NBA teams, You know, I thought I was good enough. I thought I was gonna make it. I mean, at USF, I mean, I broke Bill Russell. I mean, you name it. I broke a bunch of records at USF.
Oh.
Leading scorer the league 2 years in a row. I just knew I was gonna make it. But
Yeah.
at the time, we was talking about it off the air. At the time, they was going for 7-foot European.
Yeah.
They wasn't going for a 6'6", 6'7" power forward.
Now,
Draymond, PJ Tucker,
and they had nothing on you.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Or had I played in the '90s, there, Larry Johnson, Charles Barkley, but
yeah.
I just
game
missed,
changed right there.
you know, the era, just the timing sometimes too.
Yeah.
Same with
that's
Jay,
key.
being a 6'3", 6'4",
Yeah,
two guard.
yeah,
He was
It
like,
just-
he could have went to Belgium. He could have went.
yeah,
He said his hip was gone,
yeah, really.
and he gonna go to work. But you know me, that's
Yeah.
your life. You
Yeah.
got your degree. You
Yeah.
did what I wanted you to do.
You're right.
You got your degree.
Yeah.
You doing good in
You
life.
took it far.
Yeah, you took it.
You used that
playing-
basketball to
and
take
look,
this far
Man.
and
Y'all-
achieve all this.
Y'all
What
played.
you
Y'all
got?
started playing at 5.
Man.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's
years.
right.
you know, you don't play more games than most anybody ever played in their whole entire, and you played against the best competition.
You're right.
And many of you guys, Journey, Eric got his degree, Dominic, all you guys got, y'all got your
Yeah.
degree because y'all played and y'all had a little bit of structure,
Mm-hmm.
and you had some parents that you had a strong dad that really cared, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like, you know, so that's what count. And so now you trying out for the NBA, you're doing what you have to do. What made you go overseas? What decided that did you figure that you would have this big of a career playing
So,
overseas?
so when I tried out for the teams and I knew I wasn't drafted, and I knew when I didn't get invited to training camp or anything, my agent at the time, since I did really good at USF, my first contract was to Belgium. So my first year after USF, I went to Belgium.
Y'all would have played together. Just
Yeah.
decided to take that.
So I went to
Yeah,
Belgium I did
strange,
play in Belgium my
strange.
first year.
That was strange
Yeah,
because he turned it down.
Really?
He said, "I'm done, Dad.
yeah,
I got to get hip surgery, and I don't want to get the surgery because you know he needed this jumping."
yeah.
Yeah,
That was part of his game.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So it's either walk right or
Yeah.
you know, you get hip surgery, you know.
Yeah.
That's how you got to start to make. So yeah, I went to Belgium, and really good contract, man. My first year because, like I said,
He was a top dude.
yeah, USF. I was.
They won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
was-
was ballers, man.
Yeah, I was killing at USF.
Yeah.
So my first year, after I couldn't make the league, I went to Belgium, and great experience, man, and learned a lot about the culture. My wife, that's now, she went with me my first year. She was with me my first 6 years before we had our son. So she, we were able to go there, experience a different culture together, eat different food. We were able to visit nearby cities in our downtime. We drove to France, drove to Amsterdam, hit up Luxembourg. So we were able to hit up a bunch of places near Belgium. And it was a great experience, man. I played for a really crazy Serbian coach. You know, overseas, when you play for a Serbian coach, it's kind of crazy. You know, they kind of they temper, the European coaches. So but it was a great experience, man. I played, made good money, and then
Was that your first time out of the country?
that was my first time out of the country as well. Yes.
Now,
So
then where did you go from there?
then I went to Ukraine. So I'm going from West
Well, you
Europe
was
to
a
East.
traveling dude, man.
Dude, that's why I had to write everything. He's 31
It's been
years,
a
got a lot of
ride.
miles on him. So then I went to Ukraine, and man, that Eastern European bloc ain't no joke. And I'm talking about the weather. It's snowing.
Yeah.
And man, in Ukraine, I'm there, and I'm looking, I'm seeing swastikas and stuff.
Yeah. You like, what this mean?
There was some stuff.
This is real?
I'm seeing dogs in gang packs and stuff. I said, I thought humans only was gang banging. Y'all got stray dogs out here gang banging. Y'all don't jump me.
Wait a minute. So you seeing dogs in
And
packs?
packs.
Where are they?
It's on the street.
On the
straight.
street?
Shepherds.
Just black looking
Black
wolves, like
What?
Yeah.
packs.
Packs, man. They
Dude.
looking like, that's some good burger over there. Right
So me and my wife, so what happened there, I was only there 3 months, so I got sick there. I ate some chicken out of the market, and I got salmonella. I was in their hospital, which was like a shipping container. I mean, it was a shack. 2 weeks, lost 25 pounds. Ooh. So I was there 3 months, and as soon as I got better,
You sure it was chicken?
You was gone.
they said, I don't know.
That was that dog. That was them dogs that he saw.
Me and Lori, we out of here. 3 months. I got my money. I dipped.
It was
Okay.
grimy, huh?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
for going from Belgium to Ukraine, it was the opposite. Western Europe, Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a totally different game over there. So
Yeah.
So where'd you go from there?
then I left in the second half of that second season. I finished the season in the Czech Republic, Slovakia,
Okay.
which was a good experience. Great. That's more Central Europe. Not all Far East. So that was a great experience, and that was my second year. And later that summer, actually, I went to Venezuela.
Okay.
I was there.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So I went from
The good-
Europe
for
to
the
South
hot weather.
America. Yeah, they had a summer league, so I played over there for a couple months,
Yeah.
and that was cool. So then, yeah, that was the second year.
So what's strange, I asked this question to all of people that traveled overseas from Ray, from all of the guys.
Yeah.
How was it when you hear the United States say how bad all other countries is, and you get here and you realize that they're not like that, because a lot of guys say how great they are and, and how good some of the things are overseas compared to America is tough.
Oh yeah.
So what did you find the same thing?
Man, for sure. Like, and I'll get into the last couple countries I got into. I know we only got a little bit of time left, but man, so after that, let me get into this. So after that, I went to. It'll piggyback on what you just said. I went and played the third year. I was in Africa, in North Africa.
Whoa, wait. Beautiful.
Beautiful. I was in Morocco and Tunisia.
Beautiful.
Now, but to piggyback on what you said, so North Africa is obviously close to the Middle East.
Yes.
So when I first went there, I had that stigma in my mind about that Muslim culture and that borderline Middle Eastern culture.
Yeah. Right.
So I get there and I start seeing people with turbans and I start seeing Arabic writing and they say in the prayer, ooh, in the morning. Man, I remember the first morning I'm there, I wake up. First of all, my apartment had the Quran in it and all kind of Arabic writing. I was like, what's this?
Yeah.
So then the next morning, they had the Muslim prayer come on, and I ain't gonna lie, I watched too many movies. The movie The Kingdom with Jamie Foxx?
Yeah.
I thought I had the whole crew around me reading. Oh, we about to do something to this dude. I'm like, hold on, who? It was the prayer outside on the speakers.
Yeah.
Because in the Muslim countries, they do the prayer.
Okay.
Man, once I got used to everything, I didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing suspicious.
Right.
I felt fine. I went to the coffee shop. Everybody go to the coffee shop, drink coffee.
Good coffee.
Yeah, great coffee. Family oriented. You see families out together.
Oh,
It's just beautiful. Morocco, everything is white. Casablanca, it's white building.
Right.
So they got nothing but white buildings everywhere with palm trees. The sand beaches, white sand beaches. Beautiful.
Man.
So, and then the same thing.
And I heard the education is so.
Oh yeah.
To teach you.
Oh.
Man, it makes us look like. He was telling me, we was talking one day, and he was telling me, just to go to a McDonald's over there, you get healthy food.
Oh yeah.
You don't eat the same McDonald's food we
different
get.
menu.
Different
menu.
different
menu.
Yeah.
And not greasy.
Yeah.
Nothing. And to piggyback when he said where I've been so I was in Europe my first 2 years.
Yeah.
My third year I was in Africa, and then these last 5 years I've been in Asia, between Japan, Philippines, and Indonesia, and all these Southeast Asian and Asian countries. And when he talks about education, in Asian culture, it's number one. You look at all the people in Google and Twitter, it's Asians and Indians.
And this is why.
And that's why. I was in Japan, dude. in Japan, education is so crazy that, dude, if Japanese people, if they don't get an A, they ready to
Jump
kill.
off the
They
bridge.
ready to jump off. Yeah, they ready to kill themselves. That's how it is in Japan.
Wow.
So in them Asian cultures, education is, especially Japanese and Korean and them militant style cultures.
Yeah.
Education is like
That's it.
that's it, man.
Wow.
So and when I was in Asia, Asia is by far my favorite part of the world. Asia, Japan, all them Southeast, Vietnam, Indonesia,
I heard
Philippines.
Vietnam is super nice.
Super nice. So many American expats that go there and
Yeah.
retire.
Now, I'm gonna say this.
Wow.
When you met all them black people that live in them countries, that Asian
Oh.
black people, it shocked you, didn't it?
Especially Indonesia.
Black
In
culture.
Indonesia, there's an area called Papua,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like part of they're Indonesians, but they're part of a separate island called Papua. Man, 10 times darker than me, kinkier hair than me, jumping out the gym. I'm like, y'all Indonesian?
Hey, we y'all from Harlem?
Me and my teammate overseas this past year, we looking at this dude like, you black? In the States?
They want to know if you black.
Yeah, exactly. I'm light skinned. They said, "Are you black?" It's a question. They more blacker than me.
So
That's hilarious.
So
that's why I love that y'all
Beautiful story.
giving
Yeah.
people this education on when you stop listening to the hype about overseas.
oh yeah,
We got our issues here in America.
Oh, yeah.
We facing some issues that, especially today with this Mr. Trump.
oh you don't want to know how they talk about him over there.
No, we don't.
I can imagine.
Oh, you don't want to know that.
Yeah, that brother, man. Yeah. So
My
my thing is this: it's about you and your journey, and the story you just told to me. It gives me pleasure, because more pleasure than a regular NBA player, because they are under publishers, all this social media, this weird stuff going. You're free to tell your story, even though you're under agents and publishers and stuff, but you're still you. You didn't have to, you're still not buying into this crap,
Yeah.
and you're able to play the game you love. But this is a tough question I'm about to ask you.
Okay.
You're 31,
Yes, sir.
say 4 or 5 more years playing.
Maybe not even that.
Not even that.
Maybe.
What is your goal? What are you looking for to do after your pro career?
So, if you ask me now, this might change. I would like to play about 2 more years. So, I've played in every continent except Australia. So before I'm done playing in 1 year, 2 years, whatever it might be, there's 2 more places that I would like to play. And one of them is Australia, because then I'll have played in every possible continent. Except obviously Antarctica, they don't have basketball there.
Yeah.
But Europe, North America, Asia, Africa, Australia. I've played in all of them if I conquer Australia. So that's one more goal I have. And my last goal is my wife's family is from Michoacan. They're from Mexico. My wife's Mexican. She's born here, but her yeah, everybody's from Africa. Exactly. All of us.
They direct line.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
her family's from Michoacan. So basically, I would like to play in Mexico too. So I got 2 more kind of things, agendas, bucket lists, whatever you want to call them, that I want to kind of X off my list. After I'm done playing them 2, I'll be complete. I'll be satisfied. I'll have accomplished everything
Did
I
you
wanted
finish
to
school?
accomplish. I finished school.
So you
I got
ready to roll.
I'm ready to go. So I got my degree in environmental studies,
Okay.
global warming, all that kind of stuff.
Well, that's big.
So that's what I got my degree in, and after I'm done playing,
Do you want to come back here?
I do. I love California, Bay
Okay.
Area. I'm never leaving. I take pride in being from here, and I really do. And
You know what I would love? Me personally.
what's that?
Before I ask you this last question, though, I'm gonna ask you one before this.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about your wife.
Okay, about my wife. Okay, so I met my wife at USF my sophomore year. So I've been with my wife for 13 years total. 19 to 31.
That's another clap.
You and Jay.
Yeah. One, big walk.
Big-
One woman and done.
Yeah.
So I met my wife when I was I was going on 19. Met her at USF. We both graduated. This is an interesting fact I'm about to tell you that's cold about me and my wife. We have the same exact birthday.
Wow.
We're both born April 15th, 1987.
Wow.
We both turned 31 the same day, the
That's
same
a hell of a
month, the same
celebration.
year.
That's a hell of a celebration.
Oh my goodness.
You better be in shape.
How is that? We got the same. We was born the same day.
Wow.
So both our moms was giving birth at the same time.
Yeah.
Wow.
How cold is
And
that?
these two knuckleheads find each other. I hear everybody in the world.
So yeah. So like I said, we both graduated. She got her degree in politics and legal studies.
Okay.
She traveled me the first 6 years. When she got pregnant in 2015, she stopped traveling and she started working full time in Hollister, where we live right now, about an hour and a half away. And now she's a counselor at a high school. She's just going to complete her master's degree in June, and she's a full-time counselor making big bucks.
Nice.
And taking care of my son while I'm holding my end of the deal overseas, holding down. So she's holding down the house, and she's awesome, man. I mean, it's
Tell me something about it. Say it. What's the love there?
Oh
Tell me.
man, it's
I'm
just,
putting you on the
Yeah,
spot.
this dude is hard.
I'm putting you on
like
the
I
spot.
said, she's been with me through everything, man. So the love is just unconditional, man. Like, we getting our little arguments and stuff, but man, I couldn't see myself without her ever.
Beautiful.
Yes.
That's
And we just got a great family, man. It's just awesome.
Give you a prime example.
So
I was a part of raising him when he was a kid.
yes,
His daughter was born on my birthday,
wow.
same day.
Yeah.
Justin had a sister, she moved on. His son was born on her birthday.
Wow.
Oh, for November.
Full circle.
Full circle. So it's always the reason you and her is that tight and gonna stay that tight because you got so much in common. Now you got this beautiful boy. You love your kid. Oh
yeah.
man,
Yeah.
I see you, man. I said, you know what?
Dude.
He giving them hugs and something we didn't do. That's why I think y'all better fathers than us.
Yeah, man.
And he's gonna be tall. He got big hands. He got big feet already.
Yeah.
He gonna get your
Is
growth
that him right
spurt.
there?
That's
He
him,
gonna-
man.
Yeah, already with the hoop shirt on.
Yeah, King of the Hoop.
So,
That's right.
and I love that pose when you're on the beach right there.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like,
Ocean Beach.
I did it my way. I'm doing it. And it's amazing how life, full circle, and
Yeah.
how you was able to create what you created and stuff. And so I'm real proud of y'all era. But this is what I would like. This is the question.
Okay.
Jesse Bird came in. Justin's coming in for his interview.
Uh-huh.
Some of the other players I'm gonna reach is gonna come in when Humphrey finished what he's doing there. I want him to come in.
Yeah.
You guys have to stick together
Oh, yeah.
because y'all have to do the journey to keep what little faith we got left in our culture, in our country. It's the men like you that understand the streets and education, how important it is to understand both.
Yeah.
And you also had some good, tough parents. Even though we gave y'all hard times and you had to go through some hard times, it was the fact that we wanted better for you, and stuff. And so now y'all got y'all kids.
Yeah.
I would love for y'all to keep y'all kids connected, and y'all stay connected because y'all from the Bay Area,
Yeah.
and y'all gonna give and stay connected. I want y'all all never not to be connected.
Yeah.
You got Eric, you should stay connected to. You should stay connected to Inca. You should stay connected to Humphrey.
Yeah.
All y'all is
Yeah.
actually doing. All y'all actually doing something.
Oh yeah.
And by the time you're 40, y'all would be through a bunch of your mess, be through a bunch of things. Y'all tested, got out there, see what, and y'all all stayed educated. Y'all should start an organization of men,
Oh yeah.
for young men that we don't have, and we don't have you young men.
Yeah.
Y'all all spread it all over.
Yeah.
I'm glad Ray's home.
Oh yeah,
I'm glad Lou
Man.
Ritchie's still out there.
man.
I'm glad you coming back after it's all said and done in 2 or 3 years.
Oh yeah, I'm coming
To step back because
to
you
do
got
something.
Jay's back. Jay's starting to work, but you're gonna start working with kids,
Yeah,
and you got to give it to your son.
yeah,
You know that foundation of understanding streets,
yeah,
and understanding the world, and,
Yeah.
and you done been to the best schools,
yeah,
so you know they need the education. So I'm proud of you, man.
yeah.
And I just hope that you stay focused, come back, get your career started in that
Yeah.
environmental, but you teach it, you give back. And that's why I hope you and Jesse Bird will hook up one day. You and
Yeah.
Larry's doing good. Leganis,
yeah.
the Debo, you know, all you
Debo.
guys, yeah, all you cats come back. And
But,
even if y'all put an AAU organization together to do it right,
Man,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
we learned in a good era.
Yeah. So
You know, we learned from the good
yeah.
people.
So I want you to tell the kids and the people something very special to look for as a young man that you can give back to them, because your story and journey, we just touched we didn't even touch it, but we about to shut down. But I
Yeah.
want you to look in that camera and give them some, I don't care, just take your time and
Yeah.
let them know
Yeah.
and give them some advice, my brother.
Yeah, so man, I learned from so many people, and before we air off, I'm gonna shout them out real quick.
Yeah.
But I learned from so many people growing up. Being Optimus Primus #1 is my dad. You know, like Rory touches on it in his other interviews. A lot of African American men don't have their father in their life, and I was lucky enough to have my dad. So first and foremost, he was a big reason of how I am today. Even if people don't have their father or their mother, as long as they have somebody in their life that is strong and leads them on the right track, they'll get to their journey. But man, it takes a village. Along the way, I've had so many people help me, and like I said, I'm gonna name them because I'm gonna shout people out before I'm done, because it to get to where I'm at, because I'm very lucky to get to where I'm at. I mean, I've done a lot of stuff in these 31 years between college and professional, and my life now. I'm able to buy my second house in California. And when I look back, it's just all the people that helped me along the way. So if I could give any advice, I think it would be to find that one person in life that is not trying to just pat you on the butt, but he or she's going to be the one that's on you and always looking out for your best interests. And then they're going to lead you. And if they can't help you, they're going to put you around people that can. And that's what my father did. And before we get off, I'm going to shout out the people that made a difference in my life and my role models. And I'm just going to shout them out real quick. Mitch Berman, Steve Cotton, Billy Twan.
Tell me
Billy Twan on the Sunset Beaches. Ocean Beach, sand dunes, sunset, just everything Billy Twan helped me with. TJ and Nate, Boys and Girls Club, I know y'all watching.
Yeah.
Mission Rec, Ocean View, everybody at Ocean View, St. Mary's, Ray Kelly, Topper, James Topper Allen, James Payne.
Man.
Creech, Thatch, Big Don Robinson. Was working with him a lot.
Yeah.
At that middle school, right there up the street from
Jay
Palega.
always talk about Big Don
Robinson. Joe Ellis. Palega.
Warriors like
Lou Ritchie, obviously we talked about Lou.
Yeah.
Phil Handy.
Yeah.
Chris Farr, and then like I said, all the gyms, man. Portola, Palega,
Carl
Sunset,
Foster.
Man.
Jaha Wilson, great every Jaha. So I just wanted to shout out, and I'm probably missing people, but like I said, Chris Farr, and just all the AAU teams I played for, man, and just all the rec centers around San Francisco, because without all that's just, every little thing adds up, man. And without them rec centers and them people around San Francisco and the Bay Area, without them people, it doesn't make me complete. Without one of them persons, I'm missing a piece of me that I am today.
Right.
So I just want to give them a shout out, and man, that's about it.
One more thing,
Um,
and I don't want to put you on the spot.
what's that?
who was the closest friend that you stayed close with, that y'all, that out of all the teams you've been with, who was the few closest friends? I know Eric and
Eric's the easy one. That's the obvious one. So Eric is definitely, Eric, because of Mitch and what he did for all of us. Eric was obviously the one. Like I said,
I used to live across the street from Joe Montana.
Okay.
Like I said, he introduced basketball. I like to say basketball is not me, but basketball made everything around me. If you know what I mean.
I do.
Without basketball, that vehicle, I wouldn't be able to meet the people I met, do the stuff I did, and see the places I've seen. So for me, Mitch and Eric is probably the closest because without them opening that door
Yes, sir.
for the intro to life and to basketball and just the things we were able to see and how great of people they are, without that opening, I wouldn't have been able to experience all the stuff I did. That was 101 right there.
Yes, sir.
So
Well.
Man.
This was one of my fantastic interviews.
Yes.
I mean, we could talk all night.
Yeah.
And him and Jesse Bird, it's the same era, and I guarantee you this.
same class. 05, baby.
I can't.
05.
What
I just got to read one comment, man. My cousin Jay, he says, "Man, great story. I can't wait to meet your wife." And he's been with his wife for 10 years, and he feels the same way, man.
Yes, sir.
Good interview.
Yes, sir. Can't wait to see you, Jay.
Yeah.
I got to come out there. You got to come up here. One of the two, man.
Oh, he's coming up here for his interview.
Okay, good.
I'm staying out of it.
Okay.
I might not even show up that day,
Right.
but I might write some stuff down for
Yeah.
some questions.
Okay.
But let me say this. Tomorrow, we have the famous Hollywood, Jimmy Hutchins, coming in tomorrow. And I'll tell you, that interview, we might have to bring a bomb in here because we might have to, the whole place might blow up tomorrow.
Yeah, really?
Hollywood's coming.
Hollywood.
This is the first real T. Owens. This is the first Chad Johnson. This is the first on history.
What about Jerry Rice?
He's before that. This is Hollywood Jimmy Hutchins. He's coming in tomorrow. But I'm gonna tell you, Dior Lowhorn was one of the best interviews I've ever did. He's one of the most intelligent young men. He finished school. He talked about his father, his tough father. But he realized after he see the whole thing, what his father did for him. And a lot of kids can't realize it while they're young. They just, my son realized what I did. I laid the law down. I mean, from fighting in high school with him, and everything, So we did what we had to do as fathers, and we're still hanging in there. And we got him around people like Ray Kelly, Lou Richards, Larry Gray. You remember Larry Gray? Got him around some great talent and great people. So I want to thank you at California Urban Podcast with your hosts, Arthur Rory M. Smith and Marcus LeVar, businessman, realty. Make sure you call him for them houses. He's the only one in the Bay Area that you need to call.
Let's do it.
I want to get business with this man. I want to sell some houses. Let's put some houses. Let's put some houses. What are you here for? Let's flip them.
We are out. Have a great evening. Have a blessed night. And let's pray for the Nipsey Hussle's family.
Yes,
and let's keep on going and save humanity for the brothers.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go, man.
All right,
Peace.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'm still live on a couple more, so hold on. It's YouTube. I don't even know how to stop this one.